Welcome to the fantasy audiobook, Naruto. Wherever Uchiha flies, descendants are born. Chapter 41. Scorpion, don't say anything that affects the unity of the organization. Pain interrupted the Red Sand Scorpion's taunt to Uchiha Itachi. Let's go and recruit new members. Itachi, you go first and wait by the river not far from the base. Your new partner will appear there soon. Like your former partner, he is also one of Kurigakure's 7 ninja swordsmen. Quote, after getting familiar with each other, the two of you and the Red Sand Scorpion will go to the Kingdom of Earth to find a child named Deidara and recruit him into the organization. I will tell you the route through my will. As for the others, let them do their own thing. Disperse. Aha, the figures disappeared. Konoha village, inside a luxurious hotel. Uchiha Natsuyu and Yuhi Kurenai were lying on the bed. But the quilt was lying on the ground. I don't know who is dishonest in sleeping. Bursts of sunshine filled the whole room, waking up the sunset from a deep sleep. She squinted her eyes slightly, but before her sleepiness dissipated, she subconsciously turned over, preparing to hide from the sun and sleep for a while. But after turning over, she seemed to have hit something. Is this? Driven by curiosity, Yuhi Hong opened her eyes impatiently, wanting to see what was in her hands. Quote. Ah! The sharp scream instantly woke up Sha Yu, who was still sleeping soundly. Red, what's wrong with you? Sha Yu, who had not yet reacted, scratched his messy hair sleepily and asked softly. Sha Yu, how could you? What on earth is? Yuhi Hong's memory still lingers on Sha Yu's lips coming to her at the izakaya last night. She couldn't remember clearly what happened next. Don't worry. Sha Yu was no longer sleepy after being so surprised by Yuri Hong. He walked under the bed, picked up the quilt and covered Yuri Hong's body. We didn't do anything last night. You're pregnant. How could I touch you? We just spent the night in some other ways. What? In what way? Shihi Hong's eyes were filled with fear, and she wrapped the quilt tightly around her body. There are many, for example, and another example, and another example, and another example, and another example. Sha Yu said it very vividly. Yuhi Red was dumbfounded. Did you actually do these things with Sha Yu last night? What kind of new world is this? She had never even heard of it. She glanced at the sheets in panic, but didn't see any trace of blood. It seemed that he and Sha Yu did not pierce the last layer of window paper. But those other methods, she felt, were even more outrageous than breaking the window paper. While she was still in a daze, Sha Yu had already put on her clothes and handed her a ball of white cloth. Come on, Kurenai, put on your clothes and follow me back to the Uchiha clan. You belong to me. Are you serious? Hong returned to reality from his dazed state. She still remembered what Sha Yu said at the wine table last night. Sha Yu said that he would marry her and be the father of her child. Of course I am serious. Although I seem to be a playboy, it is for the purpose of reviving Uchiha. I have never broken my promise to women. Sha Yu, this handsome man in front of me actually wants to marry him. For a moment, Sha Yu's tenderness and affection last night, as well as the scene of the two of them being entangled, gradually came to mind. That kind of myself is so real and so happy. Sarutobi Asuma had never given himself such tenderness, nor had he ever allowed himself to experience such a feeling. This feeling is really great. Shiri's cheeks turned red, and she asked more than once in her heart, this must not be a dream. While Hong was still at a loss and thinking, Sha Yu had already wrapped the white cloth strips around Hong's body. The surroundings are pretty good, pretty decent. After all, you have experience. Just as you demolished it yesterday, you can encircle it today. Sha Yu stretched out his hand. Let's go have breakfast first. Hong stared blankly at the hand in front of her that had touched every inch of her skin. After hesitating for a moment, she slowly placed her jade hand on Sha Yu's palm. So warm, so gentle. Yuhi Hong's heart is about to melt. After checking out of the room, the two of them walked hand in hand to the door, shoulder to shoulder, and walked towards the street with the breakfast shop. From today on, I, Kurenai Yuhi, belong to Natsuyu Uchiha. After breakfast, Sha Yu and Yuhi Hong held hands and walked towards the entrance of the Uchiha clan. People were coming and going, and passers-by were surprised to see Sha Yu and Hong suddenly becoming a couple. Oh my god, I remember Yuhi Kurenai and Hokage-sama's son Asuma Sarutobi are a couple, aren't they? I didn't expect that even a flower in the village would fall under the charm of Uchiha Natsuyu. Sigh, when will us singles be able to make a comeback? What else can I do? Get stronger. To tell you the truth, when I saw Sha Yu's blue giant yesterday, I really wished I was a woman. Brother, it's not that. There were a lot of rumors, some good and some bad, but Sha Yu didn't take it to heart. He had heard this kind of thing too many times since he started to hire a wife. It was the first time for Yuhi Hong to experience this kind of thing. To be honest, she was quite embarrassed. She peeked at Sha Yu's expression from time to time. Sha Yu's calm look made Hong look at Sha Yu with admiration in her heart. This man is really stable. He is obviously so powerful, but he has been able to endure humiliation and bear the burden until now. This is not something ordinary people can compare to. Yuri Hong's love for Sha Yu becomes stronger and stronger. Soon, the Uchiha tribe will arrive. Every time I go back to my hometown, I pass by a place. Konoha Police Department. The Uchiha clan was once in charge of this place. In order to facilitate commuting to and from get off work, the police department building was very close to the Uchiha clan. After the genocide, because there was no one left in the Uchiha clan, the place was temporarily taken over by the captain of the torture department, Morino Ihiki, and his subordinates. Sha Yu stopped and looked at the police department door in front of him, as if he thought of something. What's wrong, Sha Yu? Red, come in with me. I want to see how Danzo's interrogation is progressing. Oh, okay. ... Bang bang bang. The door to Morino Ihiki's office rang. Come in. Morino Ihiki was a little confused. It was just time to go to work. Who came to see her so early? Uchiha Natsuyu and Yuhi Hong pushed the door open and entered. Oh, it's Sha Yu, huh? Hong, why are you here? Morino Ihiki was stunned. How could these two incomparable people come to look for him together? He didn't think much about it. After all, Yuhi Kurenai was Sarutobi Asuma's girlfriend. He would never have imagined that Yuri Hong's husband had changed hands. Now his attitude towards Uchiha Sha Yu can be said to have undergone a 180-degree change. To treat the strong, respect is inevitable. Sha Yu got straight to the point and asked calmly, Mr. Ibiki, the results of Danzo's interrogation should be out. Ah, not yet. To be honest, the progress of Danzo's interrogation is 0 so far. Ah, why? Because he is crazy, so the interrogation session is temporarily suspended. Crazy? You said that old guy Danzo is crazy. The most ridiculous thing in the world. How could Sha Yu believe such a thing? That's not right. You are crazy and don't delay the interrogation. I know Brother Kai's ability very well. As long as Danzo is still alive, Brother Kai can find out all the bad things about Danzo. This, I know it too, but... Morino Ihiki's eyes dodged and he replied intermittently. Oh, that, the higher-ups won't let the intelligence department take over. Quote. Sha Yu understood and suddenly realized. This must be Sarutobi Hiruzen's fault. That day, he kept saying that he would find out the truth and give Uchiha justice, but the result was... Hehe. Surprisingly, Sha Yu was not angry. He should have thought earlier that these two old foxes were grasshoppers on the same rope, and it was impossible for Hiruzen Sarutobi to bring Danzo's matter to light. The only way to completely make Danzo's evil known to the world is to defeat them both at the same time. It was easy to deal with Danzo, and Sha Yu successfully made him pay the price. But against Hiruzen Sarutobi, with his current capital, Sha Yu knew that he was not qualified. Strength, power, and popular support are all lacking. Enhancing strength is simple, just keep having children. The quantity and quality of his wives are getting higher and higher. Sha Yu believes that within a few years, his strength will surpass every ninja present in Konoha. As for power and people's hearts, you need to use means. Sha Yu pondered for a moment and his eyes flashed. Since you want to get your hands on power, it is especially important to lay a good foundation. First of all, we must get back the power that once belonged to Uchiha. This is the police department at your feet. As long as you become the minister of police, you will have a certain say in the center of power. Moreover, the police department is different from other power departments in that it is the department that has the most direct contact with villagers. Everyone's eyes are sharp. Done well, it can win the hearts and minds of all people. If you don't do it well, you will lose all the support of the people. As long as you stick to your duties and relieve people's worries in a timely manner, it will be difficult to do anything bad. Red, come with me to the Hokage's office. Ah, me. Yuhi Hong was a little embarrassed. After all, she was once the girlfriend of the Hokage's son. Seeing this, Sha Yu smiled, took Hong's hand, and kissed her gently on the cheek. If you feel embarrassed, you can wait for me outside the building. I will come out after talking to the Hokage. With this kiss, Yuhi Hong instantly fell in love with her. Since I am Sha Yu's person now, Master Hokage will know about this sooner or later. What should I be afraid of? Anyway, Asuma dumped me first. Heartbroken, Yuhi Hong said directly. No, Sha Yu, I will accompany you to meet the Hokage. Okay, let's go. The two walked out of the office, leaving Morino Ihiki alone and messy. What the hell is going on? Konoha Village, Hokage's office. Seeing Uchiha Natsuyu and Yuhi Kurenai standing in front of him holding hands, Sarutobi Hiruzen fell into deep contemplation and almost bit the pipe in his mouth. This little Uchiha trouble, he actually pried my daughter-in-law away. Sarutobi Hiruzen was very angry. But the consequences are not serious. Because he understood that now was not the time to get angry. He clearly knew the purpose of Sha Yu coming here. He must have come to seek an explanation for Danzo's matter. Sure enough, Sha Yu's first words were just as Sarutobi Hiruzen expected. Hokage-sama, I heard that Danzo is crazy. Sarutobi Hiruzen had already thought of his words. Yes, he went crazy last night. The best doctors in the village diagnosed Danzo as mentally ill after examination, and he is now locked up in a mental hospital. Before Sha Yu could speak, Sarutobi Hiruzen continued. Alas, Sha Yu, I know you will have emotions, but Danzo has fallen to this point. After all, he has worked hard for the village for most of his life. He has paid for his merits, and his crimes will not lead to death. Don't pursue this matter anymore, just follow my arrangements. Danzo represents the face of Konoha's government. If it causes uproar in the city and makes the government lose its prestige in front of the people, it will be bad for both the Konoha village and the Uchiha clan. The truth sometimes doesn't matter. The best outcome for everyone is the most important thing, right? If the fish is dead and the net is broken, only the tribe and villagers will suffer. Sha Yu, you don't want to see Danzo's remaining forces harassing your family, right? Sarutobi Hiruzen persuaded him earnestly, not giving Sha Yu a chance to interrupt. There was a hint of threat in his words, hoping that Sha Yu could take the overall situation into consideration. If he didn't pursue the case, everything would be fine. If he continued to pursue it, the consequences might be a second genocide night. Hehe, Sha Yu sneered in his heart. Sarutobi Hiruzen, if you can kill me directly here to eliminate the threat like Danzo the old dog, I will respect you as a man. But you always use this roundabout way to solve problems, so don't blame me for rising in the future. Hokage-sama, I listen to you. We, the Uchiha clan, will not pursue this matter any further. After all, Uchiha is also a ninja clan in the village. It is our responsibility to protect the peace and stability of the village. Hey, that's right. Sarutobi Hiruzen beamed with joy, and the already thick folds on his face were almost piled up into pieces of grilled cold noodles, and those obvious age spots were dotted like onion shavings. Sha Yu, you are very good. You are a person who understands the general situation. Regardless of your attitude or strength, you are very similar to Uchiha Shisui. I like it. Thank you for the compliment, Hokage-sama. Compared with brother Shisui, I'm still far behind. Haha, you know, I have gone through a lot of trouble for your life. There were many protests against your wives and concubines, but I persuaded them one by one to take them back. Sha Yu, as long as you wholeheartedly Konoha, I promise to always support you in this regard. Don't worry, Hokage-sama, I will do it. I'm sorry for your trouble. It doesn't matter, you are also doing it for the development of the Uchiha clan. It's not easy. By the way, Hokage-sama, I have something to ask you. You say, I hope you will allow the Uchiha clan to take over the police department again. Oh, Sarutobi Hiruzen was stunned. Is there such a good thing? The Konoha Police Department was established by the second-generation Senju Tobarama, and gave full authority to the Uchiha clan. The reason why Senju Tobarama did this was to gather the Uchiha in one place so they could monitor them right under their noses. Sarutobi Hiruzen wanted to agree immediately, but he didn't want to be too positive, so he pretended to have a troubled expression and said, "Well, I have considered this matter, but the only man in Uchiha who can shoulder the arduous responsibility of fighting criminals now is probably you. Really, among the Uchiha clan, the only man who can work in the police department is Uchiha Natsuyu." It was unreasonable for only one police officer to manage the security of the entire Konoha. In order to relieve Shayu's worries, Yuhi Hong immediately said, "Hokage-sama, I am now a member of the Uchiha clan. With my help, it should be no problem." Yuhi Hong openly told Sarutobi Hiruzen about her relationship with Shayu, without any timidity in her attitude. "Red, you don't like my son Asuma. Hokage-sama, your son dumped me." Sarutobi Hiruzen was speechless. Shayu took over the conversation. "Lord Hokage, some of my wives are outstanding ninjas and are fully qualified for the work of the police department. And I believe that in a few years, when my children grow up, they will become guardians. Elite young men of Konoha, please believe in the abilities of our Uchiha clan." After a long silence, Sarutobi Hiruzen nodded. "Okay, then starting from today, the Konoha Police Department will be officially taken over by the Uchiha clan again. Thank you, Hokage-sama. Once the goal is achieved, there is no point in staying here." Soon, Uchiha Shayu and Yuhi Hong left this place holding hands. Sarutobi Hiruzen smiled as he watched the loving couple leave. The moment the office door closed, Sarutobi Hiruzen's smiling face disappeared instantly, and his face became serious and gloomy. "The polite words are over, it's time to get serious." He waved. Bang! In the white smoke, a member of the Anbu appeared in the office in an instant and knelt on one knee. "Hokage-sama, what do you want? I have an important long-term spy mission for you. The mission level is S level. The reason why it is S level is not because it is dangerous, but because it requires you to make some sacrifices." The Anbu member resolutely responded. "From the day I became a member of the Anbu, I have vowed to make any sacrifice for Hokage-sama and the village." "Yeah," Sarutobi Hiruzen nodded with satisfaction. "Take off the mask, this mission requires you to show your true face." "Yes." The Anbu member stood up and took off the mask neatly. Under the mask, there is a stunning face, matched with her long purple hair, which makes people unable to stop. "Mizuki Yugao, your mission is to become Uchiha Shayu's wife and collect all his information, including his true strength, daily behavior, and other small actions. In short, I want to know everything about Shayu." Mizuki Yugao. Hokage, this. How could Azuki Yugao have thought that the sacrifice that Hokage was referring to was this? She originally thought that she would shed blood, sweat and tears, in the enemy's village, and she would not hesitate. But the fact is that she shed blood, sweat and tears, in bed, this. She is a beauty who has a boyfriend, and her boyfriend is Moonlight Hayate. What would Moonlight Hayate think if she married Uchiha Shayu? As a ninja, protecting the privacy of the mission content is the most important part, and this is an S-level spy mission. She can't take the initiative to tell Moonlight Hayate that she married Uchiha Shayu because of the mission. Assuming that the mission content is leaked, it will be a failure. But if she doesn't tell Hayate, then her relationship with Hayate will probably break completely. Azuki Yugao looked embarrassed. On the one hand, there is a difficult mission, and on the other hand, there is a sincere love. Only one can be chosen. Although a ninja's duty is to obey orders, as a human being, the status of love is no lower than duty. Sarutobi Hiruzen saw the dilemma of Shi Yan. Shi Yan, you have also seen that Shayu of the Uchiha clan has been very active recently, and his power is too ostentatious. The Uchiha who awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan has an unstable personality. I am worried that he will do something harmful to the village. After thinking about it, only you are the most suitable candidate. But, you have followed me in the Anbu for many years and are my most trusted subordinate. I believe you will do it. For the stability and prosperity of Konoha village, you need to make sacrifices. But this is too. From the day you choose to become a ninja, you should have the awareness of paying for the village, whether it is in reputation or in the flesh. We are not afraid of death, so why should we be afraid of such a trivial thing? Shi Yan, I hope you can understand this truth. Quote. Azuki Shi Yan finally compromised and took on this task. Okay, go back and prepare first. Don't go to Uchiha for an interview deliberately. Remember to choose a day and find the right time to appear next to Uchiha Sha-yu. With your appearance, I believe Sha-yu will take the initiative to come and chat with you. Yes, I know, Hokage-sama. Well, go down. Oh, by the way, go to the police department and ask Morino Ibiki to come to see me. I have something to tell him. Okay. The next day, Sha-yu got up early. There was an important thing to do today, that is, to take over the Konoha Police Department. Sha-yu, wearing pants just after waking up in the morning, it's not your style. The woman lying on the bed is his wife, Mitarashi Anko. Anko gave birth to a SS-level baby boy for him more than a month ago. Sha-yu smiled and said, I'm going to the police department. Do you want to go with me? I'm not going. Anko pouted her lips, and her iconic naughty expression appeared on her face again. Sha-yu gently pinched Hongdu's cheek. Then you should have a good rest. You didn't sleep much last night. I can't sleep unless you are by my side. As soon as the voice fell, Hongdu instantly entangled Sha-yu like a snake. Hongdu, stop it, I just put on my coat. He, the prey entangled by the snake can't run away. Women do affect the speed at which men draw swords. One morning passed. Sha-yu then walked out of the room, leaving Hongdu alone sleeping soundly on the bed. Sha-yu came to the police department alone. When Morinoi Hiki saw Sha-yu's figure, she felt like a savior. Sha-yu, you are finally here. The Hokage has told me that you will take over the police department. Take a look. This is the summary of recent cases. I have put them on the table. In the drawer are the records of each office. The key is ready. The handover is completed. I'm leaving now. Morino Ihiki really doesn't want to stay here for a moment, it's so tortured. He still prefers the dark prison and torture department. Catching petty thieves and dealing with neighborhood disputes every day was a torment for him. After Morino Ihiki left, Sha-yu sat on the swivel chair alone, picking up the file and flipping through it, while turning around and around in boredom. I have to say that the security in Konoha is really good. The main reason is that the people are kind and the quality of life is fairly stable. There are not a single serious case, just trivial cases. This may be the reason why Morinoi is so irritable. There is no challenge. Why don't we let my wives take charge here? They can resolve neighborhood disputes, the relationship between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, etc. Women have delicate minds and are more suitable for this job. If there is a major case or a thief is caught, then Hong or Hongdu will take action. Well, it's decided. Sha-yu closed the file, took out the key from the drawer, and prepared to return to the clan to arrange work. At this moment, Inuzuka Akemi suddenly walked in. This outfit is still the same work uniform from before. Wearing a white coat. Under the white coat, there is a blue tight-fitting skirt that covers the hips, and a black collar with a copper bell is tied around the neck as usual. Phew, I finally found you, Sha-yu. This person is Inuzuka Akita in Boruto. Akumi is a mature woman character I created based on Akita's mother. She looks the same. Akita does not exist in this novel. Chushi, why are you here? Shouldn't you be recuperating in a confinement center? Sha-yu quickly stood up and wanted to support Chushi. Chushi responded with a smile. I am a very powerful ninja. My body is not that delicate. I went to work as early as the day after giving birth. Did you see that I am still wearing work clothes? Doesn't it look good? Okay, it looks good. No. This has nothing to do with whether it looks good or not. Come on, I'll take you to the confinement center. Okay, don't worry yet. Inuzuka Akemi pressed Sha-yu on the swivel chair, and then sat down in his arms. The physique of our Inuzuka clan is completely different from that of ordinary people. Our vitality and physical durability are super strong. If I have to elaborate, well, we can understand it as an orc. Don't look at me from a human perspective. Oh, it's my fault. I've been too busy these days and didn't have time to take care of you. I didn't even know that you didn't go to the confinement center. This is my husband's dereliction of duty. Hey, I know you're busy, so why don't I just come to you? Here you go. A transparent glass bottle was stuffed into Sha Yu's hand. There was more than half of an unknown liquid inside the bottle, and in the middle, there was a scarlet Sharingan. This is Uchiha Shisui's Sharingan, the one that was detached from Danzo's face. After the Danzo incident ended that day, Sha Yu immediately went to the delivery room to find Akemi, firstly to see her physical condition, and secondly to give Shisui's Sharingan and Danzo's right arm to her. Inuzuka Akemi is the main person in charge of Konoha's Advanced Technology Research Institute. It is not difficult for her to perfectly preserve an eyeball and an arm. The arms are too big to fit in my pocket, so I kept them in the laboratory. Well, thank you, Chushi. Hey, just thank you. Don't you want to reward me? Okay, what reward do you want? As long as I can do it, I will. That's what you said, I thought. Can this chair rotate? This is a swivel chair, of course it can spin. Interesting, this swivel chair is very nice, I like it. Feeling Chushi's restless hand, Sha Yu asked softly in her ear. Is this the reward you want? Wait, let me get off the swivel chair. No, right here, tisk, you are really anxious. Soon, in the office, there were bursts of crisp copper bells. Dingle bell, dingling bell, an afternoon was gone. After the end, Inuzuka Akemi had an urgent experimental project to do. Since he skipped work during the day, he naturally had to go back to work overtime at night. Sha Yu returned to the clan alone and assigned the police department's affairs to his wives who had nothing to do. Then, he began his shameless plan to revitalize the clan. In the blink of an eye, 2 weeks passed. During this period, Sha Yu was busy and exhausted. First, to take care of the newly married wives, and second, the first batch of wives last year began to reach the peak of childbearing. In just 2 weeks, the number of Sha Yu's children increased from more than 100 to 499. Ninjutsu, the art of winning the lottery, it is really NB. Although all the children born are of grade A or below, it does not affect Sha Yu's strength and chakra at all. It has increased by dozens or hundreds of times. Sha Yu does not have to worry about the money for raising children. The property left after the entire Uchiha clan was exterminated is almost all controlled by Uchiha Sha Yu. Sasuke's share was also donated to Sha Yu unconditionally to help revitalize his offspring. In addition, some of Sha Yu's wives were originally bosses, and they brought super rich dowries when they married into the Uchiha clan. In addition, the stores they run have also boosted the economy of the Uchiha clan, and many people who are not Uchiha often come to the clan to consume. Not to mention the current children, even if there are thousands of more, the financial resources can afford it for a while. Sha Yu also plans so. This is just the beginning. How can I fill the entire ninja world with children? Otherwise, I will not be worthy of this system of many children and more blessings, and even more worthy of my identity as a time traveler. However, he has had some bad things recently. Perhaps his body has been overspending, and it is not as good as before. The feeling of being unable to do what he wants is obvious. It used to be no problem to do it for several days and nights in a row, he was young and strong. But now, he will feel a little tired after one night. He must make up for his sleep to be fully revived. Actually, this is nothing. But it wastes time. If you have the time to sleep, you can spend more time with your wives and have more children. Wouldn't it be nice? The art of getting rich is really good, but it will only work if you get rich. In the future, there will be a day when you can't get rich. While you are young and can still get rich, you must seize the time and open up new horizons. Sha Yu sometimes thought about secretly going to a pharmacy or a supplement store to buy some tonics to replenish her body and energy. But she had too many wives and lovers she once knew. No matter which street she walked on, she would meet one or two wives or lovers who were shopping for nothing. In the end, they went to a hotel together and hit it off. Once they hit it off, it was endless. Sha Yu was famous in the village for this ability. If they saw me buying tonics to replenish my body, wouldn't it be embarrassing? I can't afford to lose face. Swallow the tooth myself, don't let others see it. But, the feeling of swallowing teeth is real. It is not advisable to pretend to be rich. Sha Yu decided that he must go to buy tonic medicine tonight. It doesn't matter if others see it, maintaining physical fitness is the most important and the longest. Ding. Uchiha clan member +1. The clan member's comprehensive potential score is B. Reward, host's chakra doubled. Ding. Congratulations to the host. The number of offspring has reached 500. The system experience bar is full, and it will be upgraded soon, so stay tuned. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Ding. The system has been successfully upgraded to level 2, and a level 2 gift package is awarded. Ouch. The gift package is here. Remember that this winning technique was obtained from the novice gift package. System. Open the gift package quickly. Xiaoyu can't wait. The level 2 gift package is successfully opened. Please choose one of the following 4 ninjutsu. After the selection is completed, you will master it perfectly. Ninjutsu. Perseverance. After using this technique, you will have an extremely strong body. Ninjutsu. Perseverance. Your own physique has strong endurance. Ninjutsu. Lottery LV2. Ignore science. Win the prize. Guarantee 50% chance of twins or boy-girl twins. In front of this technique, any infertile physique will be ineffective. Ninjutsu. Heart to heart. The strongest charm technique, only applicable to all opposite gender devoted, until death. The above 4 techniques do not consume vitality, only consume chakra, and will not cause any effect on your corresponding organs. Stop. Xiaoyu interrupted. Since it can't cause any effect, why do I feel weak now? That's right, you chose the lottery before. Chakra will act on your reproductive organs. As for other organs that are not related to it, this technique cannot take care of them. Each ninjutsu only protects the corresponding organs intact, and the others need other corresponding ninjutsu to protect them. You are weak because your body is weak. It has nothing to do with quality. The winning technique can ensure that your organs are not worn out. If you want to have a strong body, my suggestion is that you choose the technique of perseverance this time. Get an extremely strong body. This technique can directly apply chakra to the turrets and the organs responsible for maintaining the turrets, and renovate them at any time, so you don't have to worry about damage. Quote. Quote. Xiaoyu hesitated for a moment and decisively chose perseverance technique. This effect is awesome. This is what he needs most now. The other 2 are not as critical. And the LV2 lottery technique is actually not bad, which is equivalent to a 50% chance of getting pregnant with 2 children at the same time, so that you can get double rewards when giving birth. Next time you upgrade, choose this one. System. Why didn't you tell me earlier that you can upgrade? Fortunately, I just caught up, otherwise I would have planned to eat a lot of supplements just now. Hehehe, how can you blame me for this? Boy, you didn't ask the system whether it can be upgraded. Xiaoyu was speechless. Forget it, I'm too lazy to argue with you. I'll ask you directly this time. System, how many experience points do you need to upgrade to the next time? The experience bar for upgrading to LV3 is 1000 points. From now on, for each new Uchiha descendant you add, the point will be +1. Okay, got it. Evening, Uchiha clan land. Xiaoyu took a deep breath with full confidence, and pushed the door open from the first house. Ninjutsu long-lasting technique. Ninjutsu lottery technique. ... Moon sets and sun rises. In the morning, Xiaoyu walked out of the last house at the end of the alley with a ruddy face. After fighting for a whole street in one night, Xiaoyu's complexion did not diminish at all, but his fighting spirit became stronger. This technique is really good. Xiaoyu was very excited. His efficiency and combat power were both improved. It would be strange if he was not excited. While eating the wife cake made by the wife he had just visited, he walked across the street with a masculine step. Wives across the street, here I come. Suddenly, a long-haired cat and a short-haired cat blocked Uchiha Xiaoyu's body. Meow, meow, Xiaoyu looked at them carefully and asked in surprise, Hina. Tianyu, why are you here? They are ninja cats living with Granny Cat in the ruins of the empty zone. Granny Cat has close cooperation with the Uchiha clan. She is the exclusive supplier of ninja tools and the source of information in the ninja world for the Uchiha clan. In return, the Uchiha clan is responsible for their security and money supply. Tianhuo narrowed his eyes and licked his paws. Why can't we come to our partner's territory and stroll around? Meow. Xiaoyu scratched his head awkwardly. Haha, of course you can visit at will. I just don't see you two very often, so I'm a little surprised. Hina leaned over and smiled evilly. Xiaoyu, you are a good kid, you have made the clan so prosperous, you can't tell that such a big thing has happened. We ran all the way here. Now that you are the head of the Uchiha family, shouldn't you treat us to a cup of wood 10 polygonum drink as a hospitality? Wood 10 polygonum is a plant from the actinidae family, similar to catnip, both of which can make cats excited. No problem. Xiaoyu agreed immediately and led the two kittens to the store next door. As soon as I entered the door, the shop owner was putting on her top. Seeing Xiaoyu, the proprietress was instantly delighted. Xiaoyu, you finally know to come back. I just put on half of my clothes. Come on, follow me into the house. Don't worry, I'll get 2 bottles of Mu Tian Liao drinks. Forget it, just get a box directly. Okay. The proprietress took off her half-dressed top and went to the small warehouse in the back room to pick up a box of drinks. Before handing it to Xiaoyu, Hina instantly shrank and jumped, holding the drink box in her mouth. The proprietress' eyes were full of surprise. Wow, what a cute little cat, so strong. Xiaoyu smiled slightly. This is our Uchiha's distinguished guest, I will accompany them first, put on your clothes, so as not to catch a cold, I will come another day. Xiaoyu and the 2 little ninja cats sat on a bench by the roadside, watching them drink bottles of drinks one by one. Gulp, gulp, ah, it's so delicious meow. Yes, I'm drunk meow. You two, you came here from a long distance, it shouldn't be just for drinks, right? Is there something that Granny Cat wants to tell me? Hina drank the last bottle of drink in one gulp, licked her lips with satisfaction. Xiaoyu, since the extinction of the clan, Uchiha hasn't purchased ninja tools from us for almost 2 years. Your clan is Granny Cat's exclusive cooperative customer. If you don't purchase more, Granny Cat will not be able to make ends meet meow. So it's for this matter, simple, I'm going to purchase some detonating talismans, and you two will go back to Granny Cat according to this amount, and then we'll follow the old rules, one hand pays the money, the other hand delivers the goods. Xiaoyu drew a number with his hand. The 2 little ninja cats' pupils lit up, and their eyebrows were raised with joy. The transaction volume this time will be huge. Meow, hee, Xiaoyu, you are very good, and it is much more pleasant to cooperate with you than that guy Fugaku. After not receiving any goods for 2 years, Granny Cat can still keep her original intention and not supply goods to others. She is so sincere, I naturally cannot let her down. Is there anything else? If not, I will go to work first, my time is a bit tight. Wait a minute, meow, I have something to give you. Hina narrowed her eyes and concentrated, and meowed. Bang, the white smoke dissipated, and a scroll appeared in front of Xiaoyu. What is this? Is it a gift from Granny Cat? Xiaoyu took the scroll in his hand. Hina shook her head. This is another kid from your Uchiha who asked me to give it to you. You should have guessed who he is. Don't let Sasuke know about this. We are leaving. The rest is your private affairs with this kid. We are too lazy to get involved. Meow. Quote. Listening to Hina's words, the outline of a man suddenly appeared in Xiaoyu's mind. Uchiha Itachi. It seems that he has also noticed the ostentatious things I have done recently. Xiaoyu slowly opened the scroll in his hand. Xiaoyu, please meet me. In the scroll, there is only this sentence full of character. Quote. Depend on. Is this gone? Xiaoyu was speechless for a moment. It seems that Uchiha Itachi never goes out on a date. 3 elements of dating: time, place, and person. There are only characters, but no time or place. How do we meet here? Could it be a chance encounter on the street? Xiaoyu closed the scroll and said whatever he wanted. Anyway, for him, business is the most important thing. Xiaoyu stood up and walked towards the opposite street. Ga, ga. Suddenly, a crow's cry sounded in the sky. A crow hovered above Xiaoyu's head and refused to leave for a long time. Speaking of crows, it must be Itachi Uchiha. The crow realized that Xiaoyu had noticed it, and stopped circling, but flew towards the back mountain. Xiaoyu knew clearly that this crow was Uchiha Itachi's guide. He took a step forward and followed slowly. In fact, he had long wanted to meet Uchiha Itachi. Back mountain, Small woods. The moment the crow disappeared, Uchiha Itachi's figure appeared deep in the woods. Itachi, what do you want from me? Yu asked expressionlessly. Hearing this, a look of surprise flashed in Itachi's eyes, and he said, "You don't hate me." He originally thought that Yu would take action the moment he met Yu. After all, he was the direct murderer on the night of the genocide. Whether you hate it or not, it doesn't matter anymore. The reason why I came to see you is just to ask you what your current position is. What's the meaning? It means your choice now is the village or Uchiha. Uchiha Itachi's pupils shrank again. He always felt that Yu knew a lot of things. Yu, I don't understand what you mean. My only choice is to keep testing my own strength. As for the village or the family, it has nothing to do with me. Yu waved his hand helplessly. Okay, it's boring if you keep nagging about this. I've already defeated Danzo, do you still think I don't know your secrets? Uchiha Itachi fell into silence, and after a long time, he spoke. Yu, I am very surprised, everything surprises me, your current power, your actions in the past 2 years, and these words you said today. Quote, since you won't tell me, I'll make my position clear first. Yu didn't want to play such meaningless word games with Uchiha Itachi anymore, so he spoke frankly and honestly. My goal is to take care of Uchiha and the village, and even the ninja world at a larger scale. This is what I am doing now. In addition, your brother Sasuke is living a good life now, so you don't have to worry. Quote. How did he know that he was worried about his brother Sasuke? Itachi's eyes were complicated. Unexpectedly, Yu would know so many things. It seems that there is no need to say those roundabout words anymore. I am Uchiha Itachi of Konoha. Naturally, I will always protect Konoha. This is my position. Itachi spoke his true thoughts. Yu asked, so, are you going to give up on the family? For the sake of the village, this is a necessary sacrifice. Yu sneered. He is truly the perfect possessor of the will of fire, burning himself and illuminating everyone. Itachi wasn't just someone who shouted slogans, he actually did it. Itachi, actually I should thank you. If you hadn't done that, I might not have awakened this power. Naturally, Yu would not tell Itachi the true source and effect of his power, but would deceive him with a reasonable statement. After so many clan members died, an electric current flashed through my mind, and I accidentally awakened eyes like yours. Through these eyes, I saw a lot. Do you know why I know about you? You should also be curious about the reason why I brought down Danzo. Because my kaleidoscope's ability is to see everything. Nothing, not the sky, not the clouds, not you, nor anyone else, can hide any secrets in my kaleidoscope, only the truth. The unique symbol of the Mangekyo Sharingan flashed across Yu's pupils. Insight into everything. Is this your kaleidoscope power? Uchiha Itachi finally understood. No wonder he seemed to see through the color of his underwear in front of Yu. It turns out that his Mangekyo Sharingan has such a powerful ability. See through everything in a person. Itachi's expression made it obvious that he believed it. He had to believe it, otherwise it would be impossible to explain why Yu knew everything. As everyone knows, Yu is actually just retelling everything he saw in the anime as a time traveler. Itachi, come with me. I'll give you a chance to atone for your sins. It's not too late to look back. The path you are taking now is not the only option to protect Sasuke. Instead of protecting the village headed by the 3rd generation, it is better to change this village. Hearing this, Uchiha Itachi raised his head slightly. It's not enough to overthrow Danzo. Do you still want to overthrow the 3rd Hokage? Well, Yu nodded heavily, his expression extremely serious. 3 generations of governance always have only one policy, which is to sacrifice the individual to fulfill the greater self. This is what he requires, whether it is for himself or others. From the perspective of a ruler, there is actually no problem, but what I hope even more is that I want them all. As long as they are ours, we must protect them. After saying this, even Yu himself was stunned. These words sound so familiar. It's something Naruto and Boruto often say. I never thought that one day I would say the same sentence. Is this the standard character design of the protagonist? No way. Sha Yu knew that he hadn't finished speaking yet. There is one last sentence. And those who harm us must be eradicated. Not only must they be eradicated, but their sins must be made public to the public. They must be despised forever and remain infamy for eternity. Hearing this, Uchiha raised the corner of his mouth and laughed at himself. Then it seems that I will have the same result. The harm and sins I have committed against Uchiha are very deep. Sha Yu chuckled. Ha, that's why I asked you to atone for your sins. When you are almost atoned for your sins, you can leave these eyes to Sasuke, and then enjoy the infamy and die. While your sick body can still move, why not do more meaningful things for Uchiha and your brother? Uchiha Itachi turned his head and looked at the land under his feet where he grew up, and pondered for a long time. Okay, Sha Yu, how do you want me to atone for my sins? You don't have to do anything, just continue to protect Konoha secretly. It's just Konoha that protects Uchiha. By the way, is there a woman named Konan in your organization? This time, Uchiha Itachi was not surprised. He knew that the reason why Sha Yu knew the name Konan was probably because of the Mangekyo Sharingan ability. Well, yes, what's wrong? One day, can you find an opportunity for me to meet her? Oh, do you know each other? No, I don't know her. Don't worry, I won't embarrass you. I don't need to meet her face to face. Sha Yu shook his head, and in his eyes, the Mangekyo Sharingan bloomed again. I just want to use these kaleidoscopes to look at her. It doesn't take long, just a few seconds. Itachi couldn't figure out what Sha Yu wanted to do to Xiaonan. He didn't dare to think nonsense. In front of Sha Yu, all his thoughts will be seen through. In fact, Itachi didn't really want to submit to Sha Yu. The reason why he agreed was that he wanted to participate superficially and take a closer look before making a choice. After all, the only thing he struggled with and cared about was his favorite brother, Sasuke. Whether to choose to entrust Sasuke to the third Hokage, whom he has always trusted, according to the original plan, or to entrust Sasuke to the clan, senior, in front of him who was not even a genin in the past. This is a problem and a rare hope. Quote. Uchiha Itachi seemed to suddenly feel something, and frowned slightly. What's wrong? Sha Yu asked. My body has received an announcement from the leader of the organization requesting a gathering. I can't find the energy to chat with you. From now on, our contact information will be this crow. As soon as he finished speaking, Itachi's body slowly turned into an afterimage, turning into a dark crow. At the base of the Akatsuki organization, in front of the heretic demon statue. In the darkness, several figures appeared one after another, forming a circle. Scorpion and Deidara finally appeared. They had just returned from Orochimaru's lair. Pain slowly opened his shocking purple eyes and spoke first. Scorpion, Deidara, has Orochimaru taken care of it? Red Sand Scorpion responded in a low voice. I had a brief fight with him. Orochimaru finally ran into his lair. Deidara used explosive bombs to blow up his lair. The two of us rummaged through every piece of gravel and did not find his body. I can't guarantee that he is dead. Deidara raised his neck and said arrogantly, HMPH, if he is still alive, I will definitely kill him with my own hands, When Deidara first entered the Akatsuki organization, the first task he received was to kill Orochimaru. Unfortunately, he might not succeed, which made him very unhappy. Pain. Forget it, just pay more attention to Orochimaru's actions in the future. He is a restless guy. Once he is alive, he will always show up to cause trouble. Once you have clues, you can kill him again. Quote. Deidara. People who won't die after eating my art are really annoying, Xiaonan. Speaking of the guy who can't die, we just received a mission request here. Pain. Well, it's a commission from Tengyun village. A murderer has appeared in the territory. I hope we, Akatsuki, can deal with him. Kakuzu. I remember there should be ninjas from Yugakure village there, what? They don't work. Konan. No, it's because Yuyan's ninjas can't kill that murderer. That guy seems to be a person who can't die. Kakuzu. Oh, interesting. Pain. Itachi, Konan, Kakuzu, you go to Yugakure village and see who that guy is. Konoha village, the land of the Uchiha clan. In the training ground, Sha Yu was practicing with Sasuke. This is a required course every day. No matter how busy he is, Xiaoyu will exercise with Sasuke for an hour. Just to train your body's reaction ability and seal formation speed. Otherwise, it would be too funny to have such a powerful power and not know how to use it. Ga, ga, the familiar call of crows came from the branches. Huh, weird. Xiaoyu was very confused. He and Uchiha Itachi had just met in the morning, and it wasn't even noon yet. Why did they start contacting him again so quickly? Sasuke, you practice first while I go to the toilet first. Okay, brother Xiaoyu. Xiaoyu followed the crow alone to the hiding place. The crow's figure disintegrated and slowly transformed into the afterimage of Itachi Uchiha. Xiaoyu, don't you want to see Xiaonan? There is an opportunity now. Come to Tangyan village. Xiaonan, I, and another organization member are on our way to Tangyan village. This crow will guide you to us. Come now, the sooner the better. As soon as he finished speaking, Itachi turned into a crow again and flew away into the distance. Tangyan village. Xiaoyu remembered that this village belonged to the kingdom of Sichuan and was also the hometown of Hidan, a member of the Akatsuki organization. Its geographical location was between the Kingdom of Fire and the Kingdom of Wind, not too far away. There were very few times Itachi and Konan acted at the same time. The only time they went to Yugakure village to subdue Hidan was with Kakuzu by their side. Oh, I see, it seems that today is the day for Hidan to join the Akatsuki organization. Xiaoyu combined the memory of the original work to clarify the general situation, raised the corners of his mouth slightly, and followed up with the crow that had flown far away. In the afternoon, in Tangyan village, on the forest path. Konan, Itachi, and Kakuzu slowly walked to a big tree. Hanging on the tree trunk was the corpse of an old human man. Under the bloody corpse was a strange circular pattern painted with blood. Kakuzu complained. Not for making money, not for revenge, just killing if you want to. This person seems to be a weirdo. Itachi glanced around the murder scene, seemed to understand something, and analyzed. If you want to kill someone, there are many ways. There is no need to use such a troublesome method. Perhaps the murderer has other purposes, like a sacrificial ritual. Listening to Uchiha Itachi's logical words, Kakuzu frowned, and the murderous intention in his heart suddenly rose. Itachi, you really upset me. As he said that, Kakuzu turned his head and said, Konan, the reason why the leader sent you here is probably because he is afraid that I can't help but kill Itachi. Xiaonan responded expressionlessly. The leader can't spare so much time to think about such boring things, because I am the only one who is perceptive, so he sent me here. Moreover, only a seemingly weak woman like me is suitable. As bait. Kakuzu was startled. Bait? What do you mean? Xiaonan, you'll understand in a moment. Follow me to destroy the whereabouts. The murderer is not far away. Xiaonan walked alone for about 100 meters. At this time, a clear and wild greeting suddenly came from the side. Hey, is this girl alone? Do you want to join the evil god cult? A handsome man with silver hair and fashionable clothes blocked Xiaonan's way. Evil god cult. Xiaonan was a little curious. Well, the so-called evil god cult means that you will not be punished for killing people. Not only that, the leader of the evil god will also be happy because the followers kill people. Yeah, of course, how about it? This teaching is pretty good. Do you want to join? I'm not interested, but I think you are the murderer. A murderer? That's not the case. I'm just offering sacrifices to the evil god. This man took out the red March sickle behind him, held it in his hand 3 times in a handsome circle, raised his head and laughed. Ah ha 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 ha, woman, since you have blasphemed me, it seems that I have no choice but to sacrifice you to the evil god. Prepare to experience the pleasure of pain that will reach heaven. It's so good. This man is Feijuan. The moment Feijuan was about to use force, Kakuzu and Uchiha Itachi instantly appeared from the forest and landed on both sides of Konan in tacit understanding. Kakuzu had been curious about this strange man for a long time, and took the initiative to take a step forward and snorted, "Let me try, are you really unkillable?" Who are you? Where are you from? Hidan looked at the 3 men and 1 woman in strange clothes with wise eyes, and suddenly realized. Oh, I understand, wearing the same fancy clothes, you should be a band. The green bean eyes wearing a mask should be the base. As for the girl in the middle, it seems to be the lead singer and keyboardist. No, wait. Hidan covered his head with his hands, pointed at Uchiha Itachi, and said in a tangled way, well, this handsome brother should be the lead singer, am I right? Green, bean, eyes. Kakuzu's 5 hearts were angry at the same time, biting his back teeth and approaching Hidan step by step, and hummed in a fierce voice. We are not a band. You guy, is there something wrong with your brain? HMPH, it doesn't matter, love whoever you want. With people like you as sacrifices, the evil god will be very happy. Swish. Just when Kakuzu came in front of Hidan quickly swung the sickle in his hand and swung it hard at Kakuzu. Kakuzu dodged easily. As an old hand, he did not choose to attack, but dodged while observing the opponent's actions and moves. Ahahaha, what? Do you know how to run away? Don't even think about escaping. Hidan flew into the air, raised the March sickle above his head with one hand, and was determined to cut Kakuzu with a fatal blow. Kakuzu was a little tired. He thought that if he tried again, the opponent would just use endless boring physical skills. He snorted coldly, waved his hands, and 2 iron fists as hard as stone flew out instantly, piercing through Hidan's chest. Puff! A mouthful of blood spurted out from Hidan's mouth. Hidan's body fell heavily to the ground, groaning in pain. HMPH, you are just like this. Kakuzu was a little disappointed. This kid's level was too low. Well, it hurts, it hurts. After a few seconds, Hidan suddenly got up from the ground as if nothing had happened, and shouted hysterically to Kakuzu. Hey, you, this hurts, ... Oh, seeing this scene, Kakuzu's eyes showed great doubts, mixed with some satisfaction and favor. I can't stand it. I'm going to impose God's punishment on you. Although Hidan is not very smart, he occasionally has an IQ online. Just after Kakuzu pierced his chest with his hand, while Kakuzu let down his guard, Hidan quickly collected some of Kakuzu's blood from the black blood vessels of Kakuzu when he fell to the ground. Kakuzu didn't pay attention to these details. But it couldn't escape Uchiha Itachi's eyes. Prepare to die. Hidan stepped on his own blood and drew a bright red evil god cult logo on the ground. Bang! Another iron fist was inserted into Hidan's chest. Kakuzu wanted to stab Hidan again to see if this guy was really immortal. It's not over yet. I said no. Hidan grabbed the black line, pulled out the fist in his body and threw it to Kakuzu. Well, the rumors of immortality seemed to be true. Hidan got Kakuzu's approval. HMPH. Hidan laughed evilly and licked Kakuzu's blood on his tongue. Everything is ready, the ceremony begins. As soon as the voice fell, Hidan's skin all over his body turned into a terrifying black and white color in a magical way. Quote. This wonderful change made Kakuzu, Itachi and Konan all stunned, but what surprised them even more was Hidan's next move. Go to hell. Hidan pulled out a black spear from the inside of his coat and stabbed it into his chest with force. Why are you playing self-harm? Kakuzu murmured disdainfully in his heart, and suddenly, his murmured heart sent out a sharp pain. Kakuzu knew that this pain was the feeling of a broken heart. You guy. Ah! Kakuzu covered his chest and struggled painfully on the ground. Wahahahahahaha. So cool. So cool. Sharing pain with others is so refreshing. May the evil god be forever glorious. At this time, Hidan had become a crazy cultist, dancing with joy to express gratitude for everything the evil god had brought him. Itachi, do you understand his ability? Asked Konan on the side. He licked Kakuzu's blood and said that the ceremony had begun. He should have used some kind of technique to connect Kakuzu's body, and could give the damage he suffered to the person whose blood was licked. Hearing this, Konan nodded and agreed with Itachi's analysis. But I don't know why he can't die. Itachi stared at Hidan, trying to analyze more information through his actions. At this moment, the body of the dead Kakuzu suddenly began to swell, and a black monster with a mask broke out of the body, turned into a pool of black water, and gradually dissipated. Kakuzu stood up. He is alive again. Ha! Hidan, who was still in the climax state, was startled and shouted with his neck stretched, Hey, hey, hey! Why aren't you dead yet? Kakuzu glared at Hidan. You are so courageous, you dared to break my precious heart. I will kill you. He, you can't do it. The second battle between the two is about to break out. Itachi, stop them, Conan ordered. Aren't you going to get rid of him? Well, his abilities are very suitable for our organization and also for Kakuzu. Hidan wielded the Tsukisama and Kakuzu shook his iron fist. When the two were running towards each other, a group of crows stopped between them. Among the crows, the shadow of Itachi slowly appeared. Itachi, what are you going to do? Itachi's intervention made Kakuzu very unhappy. Invite him to join. Just him. Yes, that's him. Conan looked at Hidan and asked, do you want to join our Akatsuki organization? Hidan's face was full of disdain. Are you kidding me? I refuse. I don't know anything about Xiao. I have my own mission. That is to preach for the evil god cult. Xiaonan advised. The so-called preaching is nothing more than killing people, so you should join the Akatsuki, because we, the Akatsuki, are a killing group that does everything. Wherever there are assassinations and wars, we will be there. Well, here, your mission will be faster. Hidan looked at the three people in front of him, and after thinking for a moment, he said, it seems that an organization with powerful guys like you will not lie to me. Xiaonan, then you promised me. Well, as long as it doesn't affect my teaching, I really want to join Akatsuki, Hidan was about to nod in agreement, but before he could finish his words, Conan suddenly fell to the ground, clutching his stomach and moaning. Well, it hurts, my stomach hurts. Seeing this, Kakuzu and Itachi were stunned for a moment, and then looked at Hidan at the same time. Hey, you guy, did you do it? Hidan looked innocent and spread his hands. Hey. Are you kidding me? Kakuzu, only you have the ability to hurt people from a distance. It doesn't matter if you don't want to join the Akatsuki organization, but if you secretly take advantage of people's unpreparedness, isn't this a bit too much? Hidan, it's really not me. I neither licked this woman's blood nor stood in the circle, how could I activate my ability? Itachi thought this was Xiaonan's performance, and said calmly, it seems that my analysis is correct. His ability does require the blood of others. Xiaonan, there is no need to pretend, get up. Well, I'm not pretending, my stomach really hurts. Someone must have done something to me. Itachi's pupils shrank, and he finally realized that this matter was not simple. In order to show his innocence, Hidan even lifted up his shirt. Apart from his full abdominal muscles, there were no scars on his stomach. Look, I didn't lie to you. Woman, are you out of tune? Irregular pain is not this feeling. Then it's just eating something that ruins your stomach. Anyway, it has nothing to do with me. Seeing Conan falling to the ground in pain and moaning, Hidan kept explaining. Kakuzu showed an indifferent attitude, while Uchiha Itachi looked thoughtfully at the one standing on the branch of the dense forest in the distance. Crow. This was no ordinary crow, it was the one responsible for his communication with Sha Yu. Itachi had sensed Sha Yu's arrival here through this crow, but he still didn't show up. Sha Yu, could it be, did you do this? Uchiha Itachi murmured in his heart. He was a little confused. In order to see Xiaonan, Sha Yu came all the way here just to give her a stomachache. Before he could finish his analysis, the crow had disappeared and followed Sha Yu away. Zonin, you are one of the few powerful female ninjas that I recognize. You just have a stomachache. How can you be in such an embarrassing situation? The straight men mocked contemptuously. Get up, we are very busy, we are wasting time here. It will only delay my making money. Xiaonan's forehead was dripping with cold sweat, and her red cheeks showed weakness. I can't move. Not only is my stomach hurting, my consciousness and body are also beginning to be paralyzed. Before she could finish speaking, Xiaonan fainted. HMPH. Zhao was irritated, and the murderous intention in his heart rose again. Women, what a troublesome animal. Itachi, don't stop me, I will remove Xiaonan's head, and I will give you 2 rewards in exchange for it. How about it? Itachi, based on Conan's relationship with the leader, I advise you not to do this. Kakuzu, what, are you scared? Itachi ignored him and just gently carried the fainted Conan on his back, sighing softly. Let's go back to base. Late at night, Yu ran all the way back to Konoha village. Bite. Uchiha Tribesman +1. The overall potential score of this tribe is B, and the reward host chakra is doubled. Double. Yu was startled. What happened? A critical attack. The system level is LV2, and the rewards you receive will be richer than those at level 1. The higher the system level, the more powerful the rewards, so give birth to more, kid. Yes, you don't need to remind me. When did you think I was idle? Haha, the blue-haired woman just now is very good. I have a hunch that her child will be super powerful. Of course Conan, a powerful female ninja in the ninja world, can be ranked in the top 5, otherwise I wouldn't bother running so far. Yu was looking forward to the fact that in 10 months, the child Xiaonan would give birth to might make her soar into the sky. However, he had to pay more attention during this period. It was only a matter of time before Xiaonan found out that she was pregnant. Yu wanted to ensure that the child could be successfully delivered. Yu had already thought about this job and left it to Itachi to monitor it. Ouch! Yu's mind was full of Xiaonan, and it was dark, so he didn't notice any obstacles on the road ahead. He suddenly felt as if he had hit something, and it was very soft. Ah, it's a woman. The woman yelled in panic and quickly shrank back. Hug, I'm sorry. Girl, I didn't mean it. I was just thinking about something and didn't pay attention to the road. But the woman in front of him made Yu's eyes light up. It's really very temperamental. She doesn't have the gentle sister next door style like Yuhi Kurenai, nor does she have the naughty and cute sister style like Mitarashi Anko, but she has a unique temperament sandwiched between these two women, which can be sweet or salty and seems to suit any style. To control it. Yu remembered this woman's name. That iconic long purple hair, isn't it Azuki Shion? But today, she was not wearing her usual Anbu uniform. Instead, she was wearing a thin pink kimono, and her hair was tied into a high ponytail from its original long flowing hair. This outfit is really rare for her. Maoyu Shion, it turns out to be you. Yu couldn't help but ask. It's so late, why are you here? Fortunately, she is not a weak woman. If she were an ordinary woman, with her attractive figure and this outfit, she would have been abducted by the lawless gangsters wandering around the village. Uiyu Shion shivered shyly, biting her red lips tightly, and muttered hesitantly. She wanted to say something, but she seemed unable to say anything. The next moment, Maoyu Shion took a deep breath, showed a firm look of determination, and said to Yu affectionately. Yu, I'm here to confess to you, I like you, I want to marry you. Well, Yu was shocked. Chapter 51. You want to marry me? Yu thought he heard wrongly and asked again. Maoyu Shion's eyes dodge and she lowers her head. Whether it was because of shyness or other reasons, Xian kept her head lowered and did not dare to look directly into Yu's eyes. You just accidentally hit my heart. Quote. Hey. These words almost knocked Yu down. Good guy. Yu has been involved in love affairs for many years and has countless love words, but this is the first time he has heard such words that make people suffocate. The key point is that these words were said by people from Waji, but coming from the mouth of the pure Maoyu Shion, it was simply evil and outrageous. This is not right. How did such a good and strong woman become so promiscuous? Although Yu could not walk away every time he saw a peerless beauty, he would not refuse anyone who took the initiative to embrace her. But he wasn't stupid. The married female ninja suddenly changed her appearance and approached him and said baseless words. I'm afraid there was no emotion mixed in, just something fishy. Yu did not immediately agree to Xian, but kept looking at her with strange eyes for a long time. Xian was so flustered by him that she felt increasingly unsure of herself. Why did Yu react like this? This shouldn't happen. Could it be that he didn't take the bait? That's right, she didn't approach Yu sincerely to marry him, but to complete the task assigned to her by the third Hokage. Xian has never experienced this kind of spy mission that requires special sacrifices. In order to live up to the expectations of the third Hokage, Xian, who was like a blank slate in this regard, had been preparing for more than 2 weeks and found out about Yu's personality, hobbies, etc. from friends from all walks of life. Finally came to the conclusion. Yu is an out-and-out pervert, the kind with no room for maneuver. Therefore, Shion lurked in the bartender's house for several days, deliberately observing the behaviors and words of those prostitutes, and learning the art of seduction from them. After learning, she put it into action, dressing up and wandering on the street, just to meet Sha Yu. Today, she finally met him. It was a rare opportunity. The moment she saw Sha Yu, she walked directly towards him. Perhaps because she was too nervous, she accidentally bumped into Sha Yu. Mao Yuxian's mind went blank, but she quickly reacted and frantically recalled what those people on Wall Street had said on weekdays. After that, the scene just now happened. You accidentally hit my heart. As soon as these words came out of her mouth, Mao Yuxian refused in her heart. She herself felt sick at what she just said. But there is no other way, completing the task is the most important thing. It's just that my heart accepted this reality, but my body couldn't accept it. Two unwilling tears slipped from the corners of her eyes. She didn't even notice the appearance of teardrops. But Sha Yu had the image of this beautiful woman crying deeply burned into his eyes. So that's it. Sha Yu understood. Azuki Yugao's behavior is completely out of character, as well as her excessively dressed behavior, plus her job as an Anbu directly under the third Hokage. Most likely he was sent here as a spy. Maybe this is the so-called foolish loyalty. For the sake of the mission, for the satisfaction of the leader, he would not hesitate to sacrifice everything. Hehe, my beloved Hokage-sama, since you want to make a show, then I will make this show come to an end for you. Isn't he a spy? I married a spy. It's all delivered to your door, there's no reason not to accept it. Not only do I want to win her over, I also want to win over her heart. I want to make the spy you send fall deeply in love with me. Shion, I promise you, from today on, you will be my wife. After saying this, Sha Yu hugged Mao Yuxian without hesitation. Mao Yuxi's face turned pale with shock, and her body instinctively resisted inadvertently, but she soon woke up and immediately disguised herself as a little bird and snuggled into Sha Yu's arms. How could these details escape Sha Yu's eyes? Sha Yu could clearly feel Mao Yuxian's resistance at that moment. Haha, my guess is indeed correct. Shi Yan is indeed not sincere. Sha Yu once again confirmed his thoughts in his heart. Let's go home with me. Tomorrow, together with Hong, I will hold a grand wedding, so that everyone in Konoha can feel the happiness of our family. Wedding. Yes, you are marrying me, so of course you are going to have a wedding. But, Mao Yuxian was obviously panicked. Sha Yu, I don't like to be too public. Can I not attend this wedding? Are you kidding? You are the person involved, my wife. Wedding is a big day, how can there be any reason for my wife not to participate? But, Shi Yan wanted to say something more, but she held back and the words in her mouth remained unspoken. She didn't think about what to say. Mao Yuxian's original intention was to marry Sha Yu quietly, to find out everything about Sha Yu at the expense of a year, and to leave immediately after completing the task. God is unaware of it. Moonlight Hayate, the one I love, won't know about this either. But now that the situation is developing, if everyone really knows about it, then she will only be Sha Yu's woman for the rest of her life. Oops, what is this guy doing? Do you have to have such a big ceremony? Could it be that Sha Yu is not only concerned about beauty, but also a man who cares about ritual? What should I do? Late at night, Konoha Mental Hospital. The courtyard was dark and there were not many people there. In the bedroom, Danzo sat on the bed with dull eyes, looking at the moonlight outside the window. Having lost one arm, he has recently gradually adapted to his balance, and his sitting posture has become much more stable. Opposite him sat an old man with white hair, his face full of sadness under the blurry moonlight. Danzo, are you used to life here? Half a month, exactly half a month. Hidan, in order to keep the secret between us, Danzo, pretended to be crazy and became mentally ill. Is this how you treat me? Danzo was angry. By pretending to be a madman, he took the opportunity to let Sarutobi Hidan take him away. He thought he was returning to the headquarters, but he never thought that he would actually be imprisoned in a mental hospital and stay with a group of mental patients for half a month. Here, even people who are not crazy are going crazy. Sarutobi Hidan was also helpless. Danzo, the ninjas under me are very dissatisfied with my approach to this matter. I am under great pressure. Now I can keep the secret and save your life. This is already the best result. Danzo sneered. That's for you. For me, this result is the worst. Hiruzen, let me out. No, Sarutobi Hiruzen categorically refused. No matter what, you can't go out. This is my bottom line. Snort. Danzo had made up his mind. He stood up and walked to Sarutobi Hiruzen. He took off the bandage on his right eye, revealing the bloody eye hole. Did you see it? This is how you hurt me. The old lady has never suffered such humiliation in her entire life. I must settle this account with him. Sarutobi Hiruzen took a deep breath and asked coldly. Danzo, you should answer my question first, why Uchiha Shisui's Sharingan is on you. Also, what's going on with that armful of Sharingan? That unique white skin is obviously Lord Hashirama's cells. How many things have you done without telling me? You must tell me clearly today. Facing 3 consecutive questions from Sarutobi Hiruzen, the anger in Danzo's heart dissipated instantly. He sighed softly. There was no need to hide it anymore when things were so embarrassing. Uchiha Shisui did not commit suicide. 2.5 years ago, I took away Shisui's right eye. Why are you doing this? Sarutobi Hiruzen shouted. Shisui is one of ours, and he is my favorite child. If he is still alive, we don't need to use such extreme measures to treat the Uchiha clan. Don't you know that Shisui is the power of water kaleidoscope? As long as he succeeds in using the other gods against Uchiha Fugaku and the opposing clansmen according to the plan, there will be no need for so many people to die. Of course I know. Danzo sneered with a sinister expression. You said Shisui is one of ours. He's trustworthy. HMPH. Stop showing off your kindness. Don't you know Lord Tobarama's will? Uchiha will always be an evil clan. After awakening the Sharingan, their sick brains are difficult for even themselves to control. Say no. You will get sick soon. Shisui can use other gods to control Fugaku, so he can also use it to control us. Hiruzen, I don't want you or any of me to become Uchiha's puppet. As Lord Tobarama's disciple, this is a great shame and humiliation. So, instead of counting on a sick Uchiha brat, it's better to take this power into your own hands. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Danzo continued. After acquiring Shisui's Sharingan, I discovered that it is really difficult to control the kaleidoscope, so I implanted Lord Hashirama's active cells just to perfectly control this power. Hiruzen, do you know who is the person who transplanted Hashirama-sama's cells for me? That's your most cherished disciple, Orochimaru. Hearing this name, Sarutobi Hiruzen was shocked. Orochimaru. Danzo, you actually colluded with him. What? Surprised. Danzo sneered again. Hiruzen, do you understand why I think the best candidate for Hokage is me and not you? It's because you're not as ruthless as me. Your indecisiveness and your attitude of leaving everything on the line are your fatal injury. When Orochimaru rebelled, if you had killed him cruelly, these things would not have happened. Although you have very little participation in all the evil consequences, in the final analysis, every detail has your shadow, the shadow of your connivance. Sarutobi Hiruzen was silent, his pipe already filled with ash. Knowing so many things at once, it was a little hard for him to accept. As for the Sharingan eyes on the arms, they were taken from the corpses of the Uchiha elite ninjas on the night of the genocide. Okay, that's all my secrets. I've said everything I need to say. Danzo hid the blood hole on his right eye under the bandage again, looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen who was still in shock, sighed and said. The reason why I tell you these secrets is, firstly, to express my attitude, and secondly, I want to tell you that Uchiha Shyu, you must not underestimate him. He awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan. Let's not mention the uncontrolled sick brain for now. I was planning to swallow these secrets in the coffin. Even you don't know, but he knows them all. Aren't you curious about this? Quote. It's probably related to his kaleidoscope ability. If that's the case, then you are like a blank sheet of paper in front of him. You can't hide anything. Hiruzen, let me go, let's work together. We will exterminate the Uchiha clan again. No one can be left alive this time, not even Sasuke's life. These evil Uchiha brats are too scary. Just like before, I will be responsible for the blood on the front line, and you will be responsible for stabilizing the people's hearts behind the scenes. Only by destroying the Uchiha can Konoha village be truly stable. Without me, you can't do it alone. Only with my ruthlessness can you stabilize your position. Otherwise, your position will be replaced by Xiaoyu one day. These words, like cold water, hit Sarutobi Hiruzen's face one by one. After a long time, Sarutobi Hiruzen finally came back to his senses. Danzo, what you said makes sense. I am not cruel. Actually, it's not that I am not cruel, but I can't bear it. Seeing that Hiruzen seemed to understand what he said, Danzo said happily, no matter what the reason is, as long as I help you, I can make up for your shortcomings. Let me out, Hiruzen. Sarutobi Hiruzen smiled and shook his head. Danzo, I am very grateful for what you said to me today. However, I just don't have that kind of cruelty, not that I can't do without you. Huh, Hiruzen, what do you mean? I mean, I want to try to find this missing cruelty in the future. Danzo, these little actions you do behind my back are also a danger to me. I can't indulge you anymore. You have crossed the line. Hiruzen put away his pipe, took out a kunai from behind, and slowly walked towards Danzo. Hi, Hiruzen, what are you going to do? Don't blame me, Danzo. In order to be ruthless in the future, I'm going to take your life first. Surgery. Hiruzen, you can't do this to me, you. Puff. Danzo's stiff body fell into a pool of blood. I'm sorry, my old friend. I will remember your words and be ruthless. For Konoha, you should retire quietly first. As for Xiaoyu, please rest assured that no matter what, I will not let him ban me. Looking at Danzo lying in a pool of blood, Sarutobi Hiruzen burst into tears, and his heart was bleeding. Before coming here, he never thought that Danzo would die in his own hands, and he never thought about killing Danzo, not anyone. Because he cares too much about his old friends. This has always been the case since childhood. Competing with each other and fighting openly and secretly for a long time will also build an invisible bond. But today, Sarutobi Hiruzen personally severed this bond. There was no way he couldn't tolerate what Danzo did. Shisui's Sharingan, Hashirama Cell's Sharingan arm. No matter which one of these three items it is the reason why the crime is unpardonable. He destroyed the Uchiha clan but brought their power to his body. The Uchiha who keeps saying he is evil, who keeps saying he is for the stability of Konoha, is actually doing it out of selfish motives. Just to covet the position of Hokage. Well, Sarutobi Hiruzen put away his kunai, brushed up his sleeves and wiped the tears from his face. He slowly turned around and prepared to leave this place. Here, Hiruzen. Before going out, Danzo suddenly heard a slight moan from behind, calling his name. Sarutobi Hiruzen was slightly startled. Danzo, are you not dead yet? Come, come. With his last breath, Danzo weakly raised his arm, signaling Sarutobi Hiruzen to come to him, as if he had something to say. Sarutobi Hiruzen walked up to Danzo, leaned over slightly, and lifted Danzo's body up. Danzo grabbed Hiruzen's hand and moaned in a low voice, Hi, Hiruzen. I'm very happy. Since I was a child, I finally saw you being cruel once. I don't blame you. I feel relieved if you can do this. One more thing, I must tell you, Orochimaru placed an undercover agent in Konoha. His name is Kabuto, and his disguised identity is a genin, but his strength and mind cannot be underestimated. You have to be careful. I have a hunch that one day, Orochimaru will be detrimental to you. Haha, cough, death, dying in your arms, not bad. When a person is about to die, his words are also good. After saying the last word, Danzo looked at the friend who had been chasing him all his life, and breathed his last. Danzo, dead, 5 minutes later, outside the mental hospital. Sarutobi Hiruzen walked out of the gate, his robe still stained with bright red blood. The Anbu captain rushed to Sarutobi Hiruzen, Hokage-sama. What's wrong with you? Sarutobi Hiruzen waved his hand. I'm fine, don't worry about me. You can take some people to Danzo's room to collect his body. He committed suicide. What? The Anbu captain was startled, but he quickly reacted, winked at the team members beside him, and rushed into the mental hospital together. The captain of the second Anbu team took out a sealed note and said respectfully, Hokage-sama, this is the message just sent by Azuki Shion. Sarutobi Hiruzen took the note, formed a seal with one hand, and instantly released the sealing technique on it. Untie. The note was opened and the content inside said, Lord Hokage, I have successfully gained Uchiha Natsuyu's trust. I will become his wife tonight. Very good. Sarutobi Hiruzen nodded and ordered to the captain of the second team, reply to Shion and ask her to figure out the ability of Xiaoyu's Mangekyo Sharingan as soon as possible. Yes, by the way, your second team is responsible for the surveillance mission of the police department during this period. How is it? Is there anything unusual? Not yet, but almost all of the people working in the police station are Uchiha Natsuyu's wives. All women. Well, it's in charge of Special Junin Mitarai Anko. Okay, I understand, you go down. By the way, allocate some people to find a man named Kabuto, who is a genin in our village. Yes, Sarutobi Hiruzen lowered his face and thought for a moment. It seems that I need to talk to this kid Hongdu. Uchiha tribe, Xiaoyu family. Just after it ended, Maoyu Xian and Xiaoyu were lying on the bed to rest. After the two chatted ambiguously for a few words, Xian rolled her eyes and felt that the time was right, so she began to secretly ask Xiaoyu from the side. By the way, Xiaoyu, why did you suddenly become so strong? I was also there the day you fought Danzo. I was shocked when I saw the blue giant you summoned. This is called Susanoo. This ability can only be used by opening the Mangekyo Sharingan in both eyes. Mangekyo Sharingan. Azuki Shion pretended to have heard the name for the first time, blinking her cute big eyes full of curiosity, and asked. What is a kaleidoscope? Is it something stronger than the 3 Magatama Sharingan? Xiaoyu deliberately put on a proud expression and nodded, of course. Seeing that Xiaoyu was already on the road, Xian was very excited and quickly asked, then can you tell me what your kaleidoscope's ability is? I want to know how strong it is. Under normal circumstances, a ninja's own abilities can be said to be extremely important information, and they are generally not easily disclosed to others. But Xian believed that she had just given everything to Xiaoyu and now was the best time. Xiaoyu would definitely tell her. Sure enough, she was right. Xiaoyu made no secret of it. The ability of my Mangekyo Sharingan is to see everything. Oh, such an abstract name. Xiaoyu, can you explain it in more detail? I don't quite understand. Xiaoyu narrowed his eyes and whispered, to see through everything means to be able to see everyone's mind, including their past, future, and this moment. Xian was stunned. What did you say? Maoyu Xian was very panicked. Seeing through people's hearts. Doesn't that mean that Xiaoyu has already seen his thoughts? I foolishly thought that I had gained trust, so I went to any lengths to show off my body. Xiaoyu, you were really so cruel. Got prostituted for nothing. Maoyu Xian bit her red lips tightly, and there was even a little blood on her lips. Xiaoyu didn't say anything, just smiled and shook his head, raised his hand and tapped Xian's face, and said softly, it's time to wake up, Xian. In a trance, the world was spinning. Maoyu Xian's consciousness suddenly sank. The next second, she opened her eyes suddenly. She found herself lying on a strange bed. Here it is. Xiaoyu sat on the chair next to him and replied expressionlessly, my house. Your home, but your home isn't like this. What you saw and experienced just now was just the illusion of Sharingan. Maoyu Xian, her clothes were also intact. It seems that what Xiaoyu said is true. Xiaoyu, you have already seen my purpose of approaching you through the ability of the Mangekyo Sharingan, right? Yes, HMPH. Maoyu Xian snorted coldly. In that case, why don't you just kill me? Are you a pervert? You have to make me mentally sick once to be satisfied. Xiaoyu was stunned. Hey. Can you please be reasonable? When did I feel disgusted with you? You are the one who enjoys it mentally. From just now to now, I have been sitting here honestly, doing nothing. When Maoyu Xian heard this, her face instantly turned red. So, that's why. You are a pervert. Why do you want me to go through this kind of thing mentally? You are so dirty. Oh my god. Xiaoyu sighed helplessly and waved his hands, too lazy to argue with her anymore. What? Not answering is a sign of guilt. Do you admit it? I admit that you are a fool. Why are you so stubborn? Xiaoyu was so excited that he started to speak his hometown dialect. What are you talking about? Maoyu Xian couldn't understand what language Xiaoyu was speaking. However, she was not surprised. Through preliminary investigations, she heard that the Uchiha tribesmen who turned on the kaleidoscope had brain problems, and it was normal to occasionally talk nonsense. Sha Yu, you just treated me like that, your dirty mind must have been satisfied. Are you going to start to get serious with me next? Let me tell you, you miscalculated. I would rather die than obey. As Azuki Yugon spoke, she tightened her shirt and pulled out a kunai hidden in her kimono from behind. Seeing this, Sha Yu calmed down, sat on the chair again and said, Shion, you are very prejudiced against me. Am I wrong, you pervert? Sha Yu shook his head. No, the reason why I did this to you is just to see how determined you will be for the Hokage's order. Shi Yan, the way you looked in the illusion just now surprised me. I really didn't expect you to do this for the Hokage's order. That look, is it really still you? Mao Yu Xian was stunned. In front of him, Sha Yu was looking at him with pity and regret. Yes, whether it was illusion or reality, he took the initiative to enter Sha Yu's room because of Hokage-sama's mission, and used a shameless method to satisfy Sha Yu as much as possible. Even in the past half-month, in order to complete the task more perfectly, I did not hesitate to linger in Flower Street day and night, recognizing the people there as my teachers. Finally, make yourself look like this. The purpose is just to complete an order from the leader. Sha Yu continued, Xian, you are a smart woman. Instead of accepting orders unconditionally, why can't you think about why your leader gave you such a mean order? Do you really think it's for the sake of the village? Isn't it because he is afraid that our Uchiha's power will shake his position? This is what saddens me the most about him. Our family is the Uchiha of Konoha and will always be, but the Hokage treats us like this, no matter in the past or now. Xian, your loyalty should not be used on him. Do you think that by following the Hokage and gaining his approval, you can soar into the sky? Stop fantasizing. He is the only one who has soared into the sky. Look at you now, what sad tasks are you doing? Is it worth it? Sha Yu's words were like an alarm bell, shaking Mao Yu Xian's shaken heart. Over the years, she has been following Sarutobi Hiruzen as an elite member of the Anbu. He knew very clearly what he had done. The ANBU's missions have always been harsh and special, and sometimes they even attack their own people. Such missions are common and not unusual. The Anbu members have no complaints, because from the day they joined Anbu, they have always adhered to the only rule, do, don't tell. As long as it is a task, it must be carried out unconditionally. This is absolute loyalty and absolute trust in leadership. Azuki Yugon grew up with the thoughts of Hiruzen Sarutobi and has never wavered in this original intention. But today, she was shaken. Once your loyalty is shaken, it will become more and more intense before you think about what happened before. 2 years ago, she also participated in the night of the Uchiha clan extermination, but she was only there later and was mainly responsible for the finishing work. At that time, she knew that it was Uchiha Itachi who did it, and Itachi even appeared nearby, but Sarutobi Hiruzen did not order everyone to chase. She didn't understand. Half a month ago, it was her team that followed Sarutobi Hiruzen to interrogate Danzo, and finally, under Sarutobi Hiruzen's order, helped the crazy Danzo escape from the interrogation room. All the truth was unclear again. She also didn't understand. Why did the Hokage do that? But maybe she was used to it. Even if she didn't understand, she wouldn't think about it too deeply. In short, trust was the end of it. The leader's actions must have his deep meaning. Until today, plus what happened today, everything is as vivid as a passing cloud. Real and fake, false and true. What is true? What is true? In the end, only the concerns and persecution of the Uchiha clan are true. As for the illusory thing of protecting Konoha, she really didn't seem to see it, really. Looking at the confused and speechless Mao Yu Xian sitting on the bed, Sha Yu stood up. Xian, during this time, you should have a good rest here. I will not tell others that you are an undercover agent. Your mission can continue. You are just a tool of the Hokage. I will not embarrass you. After saying that, Sha Yu limped out. When he came to the corridor, Sha Yu quickly adjusted his body shape and resumed his normal walking posture. Sha Yu had been holding back her reaction. She had no choice but to deal with it. That was Mao Yu Xian, who could withstand it. However, Sha Yu used his remaining reason to defeat his desire, because he wanted the water to flow slowly. Instead of letting Mao Yuxian reluctantly give birth to an heir as an undercover agent in order to cooperate with him, it would be better to let her stay with him sincerely for the rest of his life. With her strength, the qualifications of his heirs should be at least A level and above. Sha Yu could still tell the difference between short-term happiness and lifelong happiness. Let's go. Continue to build the clan. There are still several streets where Shin Na has not been formally contacted, so Sha Yu is ready to act as soon as possible. Sha Yu, wait a moment. At this time, Mao Yuxian's voice suddenly came from behind. Mao Yuxian stood at the door of the room, her head slightly lowered. Sha Yu, come back, I have something to tell you. Let's talk about it tomorrow if you have anything to say. Sha Yu is going crazy. He is very angry now and is not in a state where he can continue talking for a whole day. Mao Yuxian was already biased against her own character. If she did something tough in a moment of excitement, all her previous efforts would be wasted. Mao Yuxian stood at the door and kept hesitating. I want to tell you now. Quote. Now that the goddess had spoken, Sha Yu had no choice but to walk back. Returning to the room, Sha Yu quickly sat on the chair. Mao Yuxian thought that Sha Yu was deliberately keeping a distance from her, and said softly, you don't have to stay so far away from me. After all, my identity now is your wife. Not yet, it will only be after we get married tomorrow. But in fact, you also understand that I married you in name only because I don't want you to be embarrassed by the Hokage. You don't have to be too nervous. I know you have a sweetheart and I won't do anything to you. Kind of. Hearing this, Mao Yuxian smiled slightly. Sha Yu, I really didn't expect. It turns out that your style and character are completely opposite to what others said. Oh, what do others say about me? They say you are a half-thinking animal with a lot of wives and concubines and no respect for women at all. Well, they are half right. I am indeed a harem, but that is to revive the population of Uchiha. After all, you have seen the current situation of Uchiha in recent years. As a member of the Uchiha tribe, I am just doing that's all I have to do. Yes, it seems that everyone has misunderstood you, including me. Sure enough, the so-called prejudice sometimes only needs to be met once to be self-defeating. Haha, they can say whatever they like, I don't care, but I'm very happy to get your approval. Okay, that's probably what you want to say to me, go to bed early, I'll go back first. Wait a minute, Sha Yu, I have something serious to say. Yeah, tell me. Uoyuki Shien's face turned red and she murmured, I want you to use the Mangekyo Sharingan on me once to show my current feelings. Sha Yu didn't expect Mao Yuxian to make such a request. Sha Yu, don't you have the ability to see everything? I want you to know my true feelings now. Mao Yuxian continued to say shyly. What you said just now made me finally see the reality clearly. I am ready to live my own life and no longer be at the mercy of others and become a tool for others. Well, Sha Yu quickly avoided looking and said awkwardly, Okay, I believe you, Xian, quickly, put your magical powers back, there is no need to show so much. Mao Yuxian, this is my attitude towards you. Sha Yu, yeah, your attitude is very rich. No, your attitude is very real. I have already felt your feelings. If I am looking at you with a kaleidoscope, it would be a sign that I don't believe you. No sense. Sha Yu covered her eyes with her hands while staggering towards the door. As he walked, his body suddenly hit a soft resistance. Then, a soft voice came from his ear. Sha Yu, this is your room, don't let me stay here alone. If you insist on leaving, then let me fall under the spell again, okay? My true self, just now, I seem to have found. Sha Yu was stunned. Could it be that Mao Yuxian is? No wonder Xian wants me to use insight into everything to see her. It turns out that she is too embarrassed to say it directly and wants me to take the initiative to see her like this. Hehe, Sha Yu secretly smiled in his heart. It seems that there is no need to go anywhere else tonight. Xian, how could I let you waste your feelings alone in the illusion? I'm not leaving tonight, The next day, when Sha Yu and Uoyuki Xian were still sleeping soundly, things were already going crazy in Konoha village. just because of the news announced by the third Hokage early in the morning. Konoha's senior advisor Shimura Danzo committed suicide in a mental hospital in the middle of the night yesterday due to fear of crime. This matter immediately became a topic of conversation among the villagers. Oh my god, Danzo committed suicide. What crime did he commit? How should I know? No one told me. HMPH, I guess his crime must be serious, otherwise he wouldn't commit suicide. I've always disliked him for his arrogant attitude, he deserves it. Alas, the person is dead, so stop saying these ugly words. Danzo has made a lot of contributions to the stability of our Konoha. Oh, what contributions? Tell me. That's it. Ah, wait, let me think about it. The land of the Nara clan. Nara Shikaku and Yamanaka Kaiichi were playing shogi, with Choza Akamichi sitting next to them. Although they seemed to be playing chess in an ordinary way, the expressions of the three of them were extremely serious. Yamanaka Haiichi. Shikaku, do you think Danzo really committed suicide? Hearing this, Shikaku quickly put down the chess piece in his hand and glanced around. After seeing nothing unusual, he whispered, since Hokage-sama said so, it can't be false. Akamichi Tingza. Shikaku, there is no one else here, just tell me what you really think. Well, Shikaku sighed and rubbed his head with a depressed face. It's really troublesome, what happened recently. Although I don't want to admit it, I always feel that the genocide of Uchiha has something to do with Danzo, and it may even have something to do with Naruto, grown-ups. Yamanaka Haiichi and Akamichi Dingzao looked at each other, nodded and said, we feel the same way, so after learning that Danzo died, we immediately came to you to ask your opinion. Do you think the cause of Danzo's death was probably the Hokage-sama's doing? Shish, don't say anything without evidence. Nara Shikaku quickly interrupted Haiichi and Choza. Yamanaka Haiichi. I can find evidence, but Hokage-sama won't let me find it. Akamichi Dingza. Danzo's body has been buried. We will attend his funeral later. It is almost impossible to find out the truth through his body. Nara Shikaku. What's the reaction from Uchiha Natsuha? Yamanaka Haiichi said angrily. This is what puzzles me the most. Looking at the way Xiaoyu arrested Danzo before, it was obvious that he knew the truth, but Xiaoyu didn't have any objections to the Hokage-sama's subsequent cover-ups. On the contrary, he was complacent because he was promoted to the captain of the police force. Quote. Nara Shikaku pondered for a moment and said with a smile. In the face of interests and rights, sometimes the truth is meaningless. Since Xiaoyu has benefited, he will become honest. After all, the new Uchiha clan still needs to live in Konoha. I can only say, Hokage-sama, a good idea. Just as Akamichi Dingzao was about to say something, Yamazaka Haiichi quickly stopped him and signaled him to keep quiet. Outside the gate, Nara Shikamaru walked in carrying a small school bag. He was now the same age as Sasuke, they were both 8. Uncle Hai, Uncle Dingzo, long time no see. Seeing his son's appearance, Shikaku was surprised. Shikamaru, aren't you supposed to be in the ninja school at this time? Shikamaru sat aside, took off his shoes and patted the soles of his young feet. Because Grandpa Danzo passed away, school is on holiday. Let's go back and change into morning clothes. We will go to Grandpa Danzo's funeral together later. What did you say? The trio of pigs, deers and butterflies were startled when they heard this. After Oshikamaru returned to his house, the three of them looked at each other. Akamichi Dingza. What level is Danzo? The school actually allowed children to attend his funeral. Could it be that all the people are required to participate? All the people participated. This kind of treatment only appeared when the first generation Senju Hashirama and the second generation Senju Tobarama passed away. Yamanaka Haiichi. It must be what Hokage-sama means. Nara Shikaku's eyes darkened. There's something wrong with this matter. I always feel that something big is going to happen. I'm afraid that Hokage-sama wants to take advantage of the funeral to announce some major decision to all the villagers. The kind that needs everyone to know immediately. Seeing Shikaku say this, Hai and Dingzao nodded. Shikaku's analysis and insights never miscalculated, and Haiichi and Choza trusted Shikaku's words. Well, Shikaku sighed again, stood up lazily, and said impatiently, let's go change clothes too, Danzo's funeral time is coming soon. Uchiha tribe, Xiaoyu family. Bite. Summary of yesterday's results. Xiaonan, a member of the Akatsuki organization, successfully conceived a child. In particular, I endured the misfortune of Mao Yuxian to successfully conceive a child. Well, Xiaoyu was woken up by the system's beep. He slowly opened his sleepy eyes and looked out the window. Holy crap, has the sun risen so high? Beside Xiaoyu, Mao Yuxian was still sleeping soundly and deeply. The two of them had planned a lot yesterday, but they only slept for an hour so far. Xiaoyu wasn't going to wake Xiyan up, so he gently took out his arm from under Xiyan's neck, got dressed quietly, and walked out of the door. There are big things to do today. That was to hold a wedding for Yuhi Hong, the second batch of newly married wives, and of course, Azuki Xian. His women had to be famous, and there was no time to delay writing their names into the Uchiha family tree. While Xiaoyu was orderly directing the decoration of the hall, little Sasuke walked out of his home in black mourning. Xiaoyu quickly said, Sasuke, why are you wearing such unlucky clothes? Take them off quickly. Sasuke was a little confused. Brother Xiaoyu, and all the sisters-in-law, what are you doing? We are going to hold a wedding. Sasuke, are you happy? You are going to have more than 500 new sisters-in-law. During the holidays and so on, I guarantee that your New Year's money will be too much to spend. Ah, Brother Xiaoyu, why didn't you notify me in advance of your second wedding? This is also a spur-of-the-moment decision made last night. But, today is Danzo's funeral. The school gave us a day off and asked us to attend the funeral later. What? Xiaoyu was shocked. Danzo is dead. Yes, Sasuke nodded. According to the report, he died in the early morning and committed suicide in a mental hospital. The first batch of wives next to him echoed. Yeah, Sasuke is right. We also received the notice this morning and wanted to tell you, but we heard the intense noise in your bedroom and knew you were still busy, so we didn't disturb you. In fact, we also wanted to go to Danzo's funeral. After all, the Hokage asked everyone to attend, and the mourning clothes were prepared. Okay, but since my husband is getting married, we are his women, so we naturally have to listen to him. Quote. That's right, isn't it better to attend my husband's wedding than to attend an unlucky funeral? By the way, my husband, you have been accompanying the newly acquired wives and concubines these days. Can you accompany us when you have time? Sister, don't make trouble. We have just finished the confinement period and are weak. It's not that my husband doesn't love us, but he is worried about our bodies. When we take a few more days to recover our vitality, my husband will naturally take the initiative. It is such a happy thing to have a considerate and virtuous wife. Xiaoyu doesn't need to explain himself. The virtuous wives can take the initiative to help resolve the competition for favor among the wives. Xiaoyu was silent. He didn't expect Danzo to commit suicide. Hehe, a little interesting. Hokage-sama, this can't be a good thing you did. Xiaoyu smiled slightly. How could someone like Danzo, who only sacrifices and plays with the lives of others and is selfish, commit suicide? The only person in the entire Konoha village who dared to kill or should kill Danzo, besides Uchiha Xiaoyu, was Sarutobi Hiruzen. Xiaoyu had already guessed almost everything, and it was easy to guess. There were only a few people, so it was not difficult to guess the murderer. Sasuke advised. Brother Xiaoyu, today is the funeral of Danzo, a senior member of the village. Otherwise, let's get married tomorrow. I'm afraid that it will have a bad impact on the Uchiha clan and will be gossiped by other people in the village. Sasuke didn't know the truth about Danzo, and Xiaoyu hadn't told him yet. No, Xiaoyu shook his head decisively. I'm going to get married today. Not only do I want to get married, I want to get married in a grand manner. Sasuke, take off your mourning clothes and stay here to hold flowers for your new sisters-in-law. Danzo's funeral is not worthy of any of our Uchiha clan to attend. Let's go buy fireworks with my brother. Konoha Village, Memorial Square. The wind is gentle and the sun is beautiful, the birds are singing and the flowers are fragrant. On this spring day, most of the villagers in Konoha village were uniformly dressed in black and came here to respond to the Hokage's call to attend Danzo's funeral. Sarutobi Hiruzen stood alone in front of the tombstone, glanced at everyone, and frowned. He winked to the side, and an Anbu member immediately appeared next to him. What's going on? The number of people who came is wrong. There's a lot less, and why are they all men? Are there so few women in the village? Hokage-sama, the Uchiha clan members, are not here. Didn't my subordinates inform them? Notified, but didn't come. Sarutobi Hiruzen's expression darkened, and then he shook his head. Forget it, if you don't come, don't come. He knew the reason why Xiaoyu didn't come. After all, Xiaoyu knew the truth about Danzo. Otherwise, it would be impossible to attack Danzo. Halfway through the funeral ceremony, after everyone laid white flowers in front of Danzo's tombstone, Sarutobi Hiruzen coughed twice and prepared to tell everyone something. But before he could speak, suddenly there were explosions in the sky not far away. Boom, dang, bang, crackling. Everyone heard the sound and looked around. What's the sound? Did Danzo fake the corpse? Or was the grave struck by lightning? No, it's fireworks. Someone is setting off fireworks in the village. Good fellow, who is so bold as to set off fireworks on Danzo-sama's Memorial Day? Looking in this direction, it seems to be over there with the Uchiha clan. I remember that Danzo-sama was pulled down by Xiaoyu of the Uchiha clan. He chooses to set off fireworks at this time, tisk tisk. Seize the bamboo shoots, seize the bamboo shoots. Sarutobi Hiruzen's face turned livid, and he immediately ordered the Anbu beside him, go and see what the Uchiha are doing. Yes, the Anbu acted with great vigor and resoluteness. Within a few minutes, the Anbu members returned to Sarutobi Hiruzen's side. Lord Hokage, Uchiha Natsuyu, is holding a wedding. Wedding? Didn't he have one a year ago? Lord Hokage, this time, is the wedding of Xiaoyu and his new wives. Sarutobi Hiruzen was almost furious at this moment. Xiaoyu really didn't give him face. But Hiruzen Sarutobi knew how to play this little trick of hiding his emotions and anger clearly. He smiled slightly. Forget it, it doesn't matter. Maybe it just happened to happen. After Danzo's funeral is over, you can follow me to the Uchiha clan. Yes, Hokage-sama. After the instructions, Hiruzen Sarutobi walked to the center. Everyone, stop looking at the fireworks. Come, look at me. At the end of this funeral, I have a few words to say. After hearing this, everyone looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen. First of all, I am very grateful to everyone for coming here to attend Danzo's funeral. Let's talk about his achievements first. Danzo served as a soldier of our Konoha village all his life. He is now 65 years old. This life can be considered a great success. Secondly, I will tell you about his sins. This is what you are most concerned about. Hearing this, everyone craned their necks. This is not gossip, but they really don't know what Danzo's crime is. How big of a crime would it take to force this strong man to commit suicide? The clan heads of each family, including all the ninjas who participated in the battle between Xiaoyu and Danzo that day, were also very curious. After all, it had been so long and Lord Hokage had not given a clear explanation on the matter. It seems that breaking news is coming. Sarutobi Hiruzen paused and continued. He has 3 crimes. 1. 2.5 years ago, Uchiha Shisui, the genius ninja of the Uchiha clan, was killed by Danzo and took off his Sharingan for his own use. Quote? As soon as these words came out, there was deathly silence below. However, before everyone could recover, Hiruzen Sarutobi's next words directly destroyed everyone's understanding of Danzo. Second crime. Danzo actively transplanted the cells of Konoha's first Hokage into himself. The third crime is also the most important crime. On the night of the Uchiha genocide a year and a half ago, Danzo was the real mastermind. He coveted the power of the Uchiha Sharingan, and brainwashed the young and ignorant Uchiha Itachi to kill all his people. After that, Danzo took the Sharingan from the corpses of the Uchiha people and installed it on his own arm. After all his crimes were exposed, Danzo committed suicide in the mental hospital early this morning because he could not bear the tremendous pressure, or perhaps because he felt guilty for the upbringing he received from his ancestors in the village. These words are like bombs, bombarding everyone's heart infinitely. Wait a minute, Uchiha Shisui was killed by Danzo. How could Danzo do this? Shunshin Shisui made great contributions to Konoha during the Third Ninja War. As long as he hears his name, ninjas from other countries will have no choice but to flee. Quote, by treating the hero of the village like this, Danzo isn't afraid of chilling our hearts. How dare you have the nerve to transplant Hashirama-sama's cells? He is putting the ancestors in the dark again. It turns out the rumor about Sharingan's arm is true. He has committed so many crimes against Uchiha. No wonder Sha Yu wants to cause trouble for him. If I were Sha Yu, believe it or not, I could peel off Danzo's skin. The people of Konoha village cursed. Although the ninjas with a certain status were also very indignant, they did not express their emotions in words, but looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen on the stage. They were a little confused. Generally, such scandals within the upper echelons are always digested internally, and big things are reduced to small things, and small things are reduced to nothing. Not to mention such explosive news. However, today, the Hokage actually broke it himself. Obviously, he had tried his best to cover it up before, but now he has revealed everything. Nara Shikaku looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen's calm appearance. Although he was also shocked by these truths, he would never have thought that the Hokage would make these public. Hokage, what's wrong with you? Why do I not understand all the things you have done recently? Nara Shikaku felt that the Hokage seemed to have become a different person. Hiei, Dingzo, I have a bad feeling. I'm afraid that Konoha will change soon. Boom, bang, bang. The sky above the Uchiha clan is still ringing, echoing for a long time. Looking at the curses from the audience, some righteous men even began to insult the high-ranking officials of Konoha with dirty words. In the face of these extreme behaviors, Sarutobi Hiruzen just smiled slightly, not panicking at all. The Anbu member next to him worriedly said, Lord Hokage, please say a few nice words to appease the people, otherwise I am afraid that the villagers will lose trust in the high-ranking officials of Konoha. It doesn't matter, Sarutobi Hiruzen replied softly, let them vent their emotions. After all, the high-ranking officials were wrong first, and this is the punishment they deserve. Quote. Okay, I know, Lord Hokage. The Anbu member had no choice but to retreat. In the audience, the ugly curses continued, almost cursing Danzo's ancestors and his dissatisfaction with the high-ranking officials. These harsh curses continued to reach Sarutobi Hiruzen's ears. In fact, he was also reluctant to listen, but at this time, his mood was extremely relaxed. Because this Danzo case was finally over. He escaped perfectly from all the responsibilities. He really didn't know the cause of Uchiha Shisui's death. He really didn't know about Hashirama's cells. But he knew about the Uchiha clan extermination. But now, because Danzo is dead and there is no evidence, Sarutobi Hiruzen can naturally put all the blame on Danzo for the Uchiha clan extermination, while he himself can protect himself and still have a good reputation. The origin of this good reputation is the confession of sins he will perform next. Sarutobi Hiruzen on the stage waved his hand at the noisy crowd, signaling everyone to be quiet, and then said with a face full of guilt and self-blame. Danzo is my senior advisor. He committed so many crimes under my nose, but I didn't find out. Alas. In fact, the person who is truly unforgivable is me. If I could have discovered Danzo's conspiracy and actions earlier, maybe Shisui would not have died, Hashirama's cells would not have been tainted, and the Uchiha clan would not have been exterminated. Just now, I heard those scoldings from you, and I felt like I had something stuck in my throat, like a thorn in my back, and sitting on pins and needles. What you said is all right, and the scolding is also right. This is Danzo's fault, but it is also my fault as the Hokage. Today, as the third Hokage, I have gathered everyone here to sincerely apologize to you and promise that this kind of thing will never happen again in the future. Quote. As long as I am still in office, I will never allow an evil official like Danzo to appear in the Konoha high level. But the premise is that I can still be in the position of Hokage, alas. Everyone was stunned when they heard this. His son Sarutobi Asuma hurriedly asked, Hokage-sama, what do you mean by this? Sarutobi Hiruzen shook his head, tears of regret flowed from his turbid eyes. As the head of a village, how can I have the face to sit in the position of Hokage with such poor management? Today, I am ready to take the initiative to give up my position as a punishment for me. As soon as these words came out, the whole audience immediately quieted down. Whether it was scolding or blaming, they all disappeared. Soon, after everyone reacted, they knelt on the ground in unison, scrambling to persuade. Hokage-sama, you want to abdicate. How can this be possible? The village still needs you. How can others have such strength as you? Quote. Yes, that was all done by the old thief Danzo. What does it have to do with you, Hokage-sama? You don't have to do this. Hokage-sama, you are so kind. There is no other person in the village who is as kind and capable as you. We just scolded Danzo, not you, Hokage-sama. We hope you can take back what you just said. We beg you. Listening to the persuasion of everyone, Sarutobi Hiruzen couldn't help crying. He lifted his sleeves and wiped the tears from his eyes. You really want me to be the Hokage? Of course. Everyone responded in unison, and the sound resounded through the sky, comparable to the fireworks not far away. Well, since you still trust me, I will stay in this position for a few more days. Please believe me, such incidents will never happen again from now on. We believe you, Hokage-sama. Quote. Well, thank you for your trust. Sarutobi Hiruzen bowed deeply to the crowd. The ninjas in the audience were fine, but the villagers were moved to tears after seeing the Hokage's actions. Our Hokage is really great. Where else in the world can there be such a good person? Konoha village can't do without you. Sarutobi Hiruzen raised his body and said his second decision. Because of Danzo, the Uchiha clan suffered such a huge blow. For this reason, I decided to give the Uchiha clan generous compensation. Although no matter how much compensation is made, it can't make up for the trauma suffered by the Uchiha clan. Alas, this is my intention to atone for Danzo on behalf of the Konoha high-level officials. I will announce the specific compensation content tomorrow. I hope everyone can use your sharp eyes to see the repentant attitude of me and the high-level officials. As soon as these words came out, they touched the fragile hearts of the villagers. Hokage, you can treat the families and people of the village like this. We are really relieved to be born in Konoha. Quote. We won't be afraid even if we encounter such a thing in the future, because we believe that with you here, you will definitely get justice for us. Sarutobi Hiruzen slowly smiled. Okay, let's go, everyone, work normally, don't let Danzo's matter affect your mood, let the past go, we all have to look forward. Yes. After dismissing everyone, Sarutobi Hiruzen immediately turned around, and the attitude of guilt and self-blame disappeared instantly, replaced by an extremely serious and fierce face. He said to the Anbu team behind him, let's go, follow me to the Uchiha clan. Sarutobi Hiruzen led a group of Anbu teams and slowly walked towards the Uchiha clan. He has already thought about how to compensate the Uchiha clan. If you want to destroy it, you must first make it crazy. Sha Yuyo, you must enjoy the generous gift I will give you later. Take advantage of these years, you are still alive. Konoha village, Uchiha clan land. At this time, Sha Yu was enjoying the joy of his wedding with his first and second generation wives. At the entrance of the clan land, Sasuke was still setting off fireworks by himself, having a lot of fun. After a while, the third Hokage came. Behind him, there was a group of masked Anbu ninjas. Lord Hokage, you are here. Seeing the Hokage arrive, Sasuke quickly put down the fireworks in his hand and ran towards the Hokage. Sarutobi Hiruzen gently rubbed Sasuke's head and asked kindly, Sasuke, where is your brother Sha Yu? He is having a baby. I heard that he is getting married. Yes, it's not that marriage and having a baby can't be done at the same time. Anyway, they don't interfere with each other. This obviously touched on Sarutobi Hiruzen's blind spot in knowledge. It took him a long time to react. He couldn't help but sigh in his heart. Young people nowadays are really. After envying for a moment, Sarutobi Hiruzen said to Sasuke, Sasuke, since Sha Yu is having a baby, it's not convenient for me to go in directly. Can you call him out? I have something urgent to do with him. Yeah, okay. Sasuke would naturally not refuse the words of the Hokage, and turned around and ran to the clan land. After a while, Sasuke led the disheveled Sha Yu to Sarutobi Hiruzen. Hokage-sama, I didn't know you would come. I hope you will forgive me for my poor hospitality. Sha Yu greeted Sarutobi Hiruzen while tidying up her wrinkled clothes. Sarutobi Hiruzen smiled faintly. It's okay, Sha Yu. I can see that you are very hardworking. You are not idle during the day on the day of the big day. Time is so precious. In order to get the Uchiha population back to its peak as soon as possible, I will not hesitate even if I die of exhaustion. Hee. Good awareness. That's right, but compared with you, my day and night hard work is nothing. Quote. After a few simple greetings and polite words, Sarutobi Hiruzen made his purpose clear. Yu, last night, Danzo committed suicide out of fear of crime. Well, I know. I heard my wives discussing this matter this morning. I have found out the truth about him. Oh, Yu raised his eyebrows. Really? Well, Sarutobi Hiruzen nodded and told Yu all his crimes intactly. All the sins are true, Yu acknowledges. However, his name is not included in these sins. Yu naturally won't ask more questions. Who would take the initiative to admit his sins? Yu is just very curious. Sarutobi Hiruzen came here to say so much. What exactly does he want to do? Yu, after knowing these things, I feel heartbroken. Because of Danzo alone, the Uchiha clan has suffered so much. I think it is necessary to compensate your clan. Ouch. Yu was stunned. How could this old fox be so kind? What on earth is he trying to do? Yu neither agreed nor refused, and chose to continue listening. Looking at the increasingly prosperous Uchiha clan, Sarutobi Hiruzen sighed. Money, I guess the Uchiha should not be short of it now. So, I want to compensate you with something more practical. Hokage-sama, what do you mean? Power, I want to give you real power. Quote. Yu was stunned again when he heard this. Without waiting for him to speak, Sarutobi Hiruzen said directly to the Anbu ninjas behind him, show your support. Yes, the Anbu ninjas all knelt on one knee and shouted respectfully to Yu, sir. What the hell, what is this operation? Are they asking me to lead the Anbu? Yu was getting more and more confused. He really couldn't understand what Sarutobi Hiruzen meant. Hokage, this won't do. The Anbu is your direct unit, how can I? No, these people are not Anbu, they are all members of the root organization. Sarutobi Hiruzen took a puff of smoke and said slowly. Danzo is dead, and the root organization is leaderless, so I want you to become the leader of the root organization. In addition, there is a vacancy for the position of senior advisor beside me. Yu, you are absolutely qualified in terms of strength, and other aspects can also be cultivated slowly. If you don't mind, come to work by my side, and all matters that Danzo is responsible for will be handed over to you. You should not be dissatisfied with this generous compensation. Starting tomorrow, you can officially go to work. You have a place in the leadership team of Konoha. Uchiha Fugaku didn't have this treatment before. Yu, this is me, my trust in you, the Uchiha clan. Quote. There is nothing wrong with lying to others, but it is impossible to hide it from Yu. Yu finally figured out Sarutobi Hiruzen's purpose. Tisk. So you want me to be your second-generation pot shadow? Yu couldn't help but sigh in his heart at Sarutobi Hiruzen's cunningness. He obviously wanted to find someone to take the blame, but he said it in such a high-sounding way, and even named it, generous compensation. In the eyes of others, this compensation is indeed generous enough. The position of senior consultant of Konoha represents the supreme honor, strength, qualifications, and achievements, all of which are indispensable. At Yu's current young age, it can be said that he will work 20 years less. But who can understand the true meaning of this position? I'm afraid only Sarutobi Hiruzen and Yu can understand. Yu couldn't stop sneering in his heart. Hee. Hiruzen, this trick of yours is really interesting. Yu wanted to refuse, but then he thought that only by holding a higher power in his hands could he overthrow Sarutobi Hiruzen as soon as possible. Let him show his true face in front of everyone and let everyone recognize his true face. Nabekage, this job is accepted. It's not certain who the Nabekage is. Hiruzen, I admit that you are very strong, but I have a system and a script. As long as I have time to develop, what can you use to fight me? Quote. Yu immediately agreed. Hokage-sama, I am very honored to be the senior consultant of the village, but, since you believe in me, then I am willing to challenge my limits. Very good, very good. Sarutobi Hiruzen nodded with satisfaction and patted Yu on the shoulder. I knew you could do it. Okay, the root organization is handed over to you. Thank you, Hokage-sama. Well, the two exchanged a few more words, and Sarutobi Hiruzen left alone. His little plan in his mind had been achieved, and there was no need to stay here and waste time. After Sarutobi Hiruzen's bat completely disappeared, Xiaoyu looked at the rows of root ninjas kneeling on one knee in front of him and said softly, "Get up." Yes, when there is no mission, you can move freely. Okay, let's disband first. After throwing this sentence, Xiaoyu turned around and prepared to return to the tribe to continue to build the tribe. However, this group of root ninjas still stood there motionless, with no intention of leaving at all. Xiaoyu was a little confused. Why don't you disband? The leading root ninja took off his mask and stuck out his tongue. Master Xiaoyu, please cast a seal for us. Danzo is dead, the seal on our tongues has disappeared, you need to cast it again. Stop, we'll talk about the seal later, put your tongue back for me first, you're a grown man, I'm not used to this. The root ninja heard this and quickly put his tongue back. Seeing this, Xiaoyu couldn't help but sigh in his heart. This group of people are just like robots, completely obeying my orders. Danzo, I didn't see you being so outstanding in other places, but you were really good at training your subordinates. After a rough look, Xiaoyu looked at the flat bodies of each member and found that the root organization team was all men, without a single woman. Such a powerful training technique, it's a pity that it's not used in the right place. Xiaoyu suddenly felt that Danzo died too early. If he was still alive, he must find him to learn from him. Every official member of the root organization has experienced Danzo's elimination of self training when he was young. People who have completed the elimination of self training have no idea what feelings are, whether it is for friends, relatives, or even the village. Root people have no name, no will, no past, and no future. They believe in only one thing: the master's mission. They did whatever tasks their master asked them to do. After learning that Danzo was dead, they were confused and didn't know where to go. The third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen took over them, and they regarded Sarutobi Hiruzen as their master. Now, Sarutobi Hiruzen handed the root to Xiaoyu again. They didn't care about the repeated changes of masters, and there was no ripple in their hearts. After all, they were human beings without emotions, and the same was true for Danzo. They only recognized the master, not the person. The perfect killing machine. How long have you worn the mask on your face? ? The leading member of the root organization was stunned. He didn't understand why Xiaoyu asked them such a strange question. He responded honestly, "My lord, since we became official members of the root organization, we have been wearing masks on our faces. Without the master's order, we will not take them off. It's so hot, isn't it stuffy to wear a mask? It will cause acne. A man's appearance is very important and can't be sloppy." Thank you for your concern, my lord. We are used to it. The members of the root were getting more and more confused. They suddenly felt that the master this time was a little different. Xiaoyu touched his nose. "Don't wear it, take off the mask." Lord Xiaoyu, do you want us to do some long-term mission? Every member of the root seemed to be injected with chicken blood. Through past experience, they knew that whenever they needed to take off the mask, there must be an important long-term spy mission for them to perform. Xiaoyu chuckled and waved his hand. "Relax, there is no mission, I just don't want to see you wearing masks." Everyone heard this, although they were puzzled, but they still took off their masks honestly. Under the masks, there were all young faces. Although they were obviously minors, they did not show any immaturity, but only indifference and calmness. Xiaoyu nodded with satisfaction. "Well, how good is this? Youth only has these few years, and it is really a loss to waste it under the mask." They did not understand what Xiaoyu meant at all. After all, they and Xiaoyu had completely different ways of thinking. "Master Xiaoyu, is this really okay?" The leading member of the root organization couldn't help but suggest. "We are the dark of the village, and we are doing tasks that are not allowed to be seen in the light. If others see our faces, the existence of the root organization will be meaningless." "We don't keep talking about meaning." Xiaoyu interrupted him, his eyes fixed, and he slowly said, "Let the meaning die. Since you are working under me, you should follow my standards. From now on, no matter what you do, you are not allowed to wear a mask. You have worn this mask on your face for too long. Over time, you will forget the face under the mask. Throw away the mask. It's time to regain yourself. Next, I will issue you the first official task. Follow me in and attend my wedding, using your real face. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.